Yes, sir. Hello. Welcome back to rollxplay, where we roll dice and play games. Yes, that's us. This is Still Hearts. We're here for chapter 2, episode 10. Oh my god, we're in double digits already, guys. Fucking hell. I swore in the first 10 seconds. Monetization's going to go down from here, but it doesn't matter because exactly, they can't stop us. All right, I'm not gonna try and push any sort of agenda here. Robbie, recap, please.
Rika, okay, so last session had a lot to do with planning how we would tackle going into Siftos. And after much discussion, we basically split our big group into 3 categories, or 3 teams, I guess. Sneaky team that would go in first. Then we had a distraction team, which is probably also the largest because a lot of us are gonna stick out like a sore thumb in there. And then we had the charming / sexy team, as recently dubbed that way, that will go in later to try to get information, chat up some people, and find out what they can about Aliana Camandera, while the distraction team is pretty self-explanatory. After that, everyone had a kind of relaxing time inside of a manor that we summoned for the first time, using the ring that we found. I forgot where. I think Max probably did too.
Yep.
From somewhere. But during the stay there, some of the people from the cherry pickers seemed a bit hesitant to walk in, as we found that they have some previous very, very bad experiences with Oleana Camandera. So, Stilton ended up approaching Ven and asking for the mask from Caspian, which he gave her. And she went outside of the magical manor place to spend her night. But Thorn followed after a small argument with Ven, and ended up finding out that Sylvan was talking to it. And after some kind of bonding conversation between the two of them, Thorn did want to hear what the mask had to say, because apparently it knew about Siren, because of course it did.
Of course.
Well, at least we think it did. But Thorn put on the mask, because that was one of the conditions, and got possessed, unfortunately, due to a unsuccessful save check. But still ended up offering for the mask to possess her instead of Thorn, which we hesitantly agreed to. But in the morning, when we went to check on her again, we found a message from Horovan, which was Caspian's old name that he went by, or maybe the name of the mask, who knows. But yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much it.
Well, we wake up the next morning to the aftermath of all of this. Now, who is the first to wake up? Okay, we have 3
Mobius
people
even
that
sleep?
Mobius still needs to rest, but
Yeah.
they don't have
No.
to
It's like
completely.
4 hours.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So you'd probably be the first one awake. Now, I imagine nothing has really been told about the night before to the larger group here. So Mobius, you wake up, and we'll say that Thorn probably had a rough time trying to get to sleep. Sienna is probably awake as well during that same time. The 3 of you are slowly starting to stir, and Mobius, you can see there's some tension here. Both Sienna and Thorn, if the 2 of you could explain or at least describe what sort of emotional state the 2 of them are in.
You can go first, Leonie.
Sienna's mostly exhausted. She hasn't slept much last night. And she was always paying attention to Thorn that Mobius during the time Mobius has known her, but now she's not letting her out of her sight and essentially she never leaves like a 5 feet radius of Thorn. She's always hovering a bit almost. Yeah.
What about Thorn?
Thorn is the best way I can put it is a perfectly made mess because she barely got like any sleep. She basically just didn't sleep last night. Her eyes are kind of red and bloodshot. You can tell she's been like, and her hair is completely messed up. And when Mobius woke up, she was just pacing back and forth. And she was like biting on her fingernails, and she's just wide-eyed, pacing back and forth. And she looks pretty frantic and upset.
Would Mobius do anything this morning seeing this?
He would kind of approach that more like Sienna than Torn if she's still pacing, and kind of in like a softer voice ask, did something happen?
Yeah. The short version is the mask, the enchanted one that the Guildmaster gave us. It possessed Samantha, and they're gone. As far as we know, they're headed to Siftos, and the mask intends to help us somehow. But that's all I know. And that's all I've been able to get out of her. And obviously it was a bit more complicated than that, and she blames herself for it, but that's the result of what happened, so I think we should be focusing on that.
I see. That's unfortunate. Do we... No. So she went to Siftos on her own then?
Yes. As far as we can assume.
Alright. With any luck, we might run into her on the way, but I guess we should just be prepared to meet her in the city.
Yeah, I guess so.
For the team that was about to depart this morning, you wanted to have a few hours of buffer between the two of you. So if you were to go now, I imagine that is probably the perfect time. And I imagine it was probably arranged the day before. So with that in mind, for now, you know it's your time to wake up and leave. And for Thorn, you know that you're heading with them alongside two others. Yishi comes down from where they were staying before, as well as Magna. It is the four of you heading off on this mission.
Okay. We all ready to go?
Yeah.
Benel?
Yep.
Ben's gonna give him a tight hug, but also cast Mage Armor on him.
Thanks. Don't worry, I'm sure we won't be long. We'll see you in a few hours. Don't don't draw too much attention to yourself.
Oh, that's what the distraction team is for.
True.
Stay
Yeah,
safe.
I know.
Please.
Still don't like that you're playing bait, but still.
But no, I'm not into this. I'm the people going around asking, talking to people. The distraction team is more of a bait, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, drawing attention to yourself, even if it's just minor like this, it just makes me uncomfortable.
I'll be careful, okay?
I know. Right. Good luck, everyone else, and let's go.
Okay. The four of you in tow leave the magnificent mansion that's been placed up by Ven. Ven, as time has gone on, you've seen where that strain of reality was beginning to warp and bend outside of your control has encroached further, It hasn't taken up the entirety of that bedroom where it was coming from the seams, but it has grown out enough to where it's maybe 5 foot by 5 foot in terms of space that it takes up. And it's not radius, it's not uniform, it is kind of, it's a little bit out and a little bit blob-like without any real rhyme or reason or focus.
Quickly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make the best out of a very bad situation. Okay, he won't have it open for much too long because we're doing preparations anyway. And, you know, since this place is kind of normal temperature, I don't want anyone to have like a temperature shock walking out, so
Sure.
he's gonna make it like slightly gradually warmer to match the outside, as everyone's gathering their things and leaving.
Okay. Before all of you head off on your own journeys, I will ask a question. There were notes that were left behind in the cart. Has anyone taken them, looked at them? Okay. Sienna, you would see there's 2. There's one addressed to no one in particular. The second one is addressed to Thorn.
Would she have been alone finding them?
Yes, we'll say so.
She would have read both.
Okay. The seal, it is an envelope. So they have almost jerry-rigged this basically binding around it that if you were to try and open, it will snap and it will show that it's been opened. So it's up to you if you wish to try and do that. Okay.
Yeah, she's still going to read both.
You unlock the first one. The first one is a regular letter. But as well, your attention is put towards the one that says Thorn on it. You open it. You see writing, but none of it in a language that you understand.
Mean. Okay. What does a normal one say?
The normal one, I will send to you.
Okay.
Ew.
Secret.
And it's up to you if you want to read it.
Read it! Don't do this to us.
It's nothing extensive. Meanwhile, the
Don't
other
be like
letter,
Frank.
the other
Tell us
letter
the
is
truth.
much longer.
Oh dear.
There you are.
Like that one. Okay, never mind. I'll shut up.
Right. Okay, she would have told the contents of this one to everybody. And she would have kept the other one and not told anyone.
Okay.
And who?
Not told anyone?
No.
Not even your
Nope.
bestie?
Nope. Specifically not my
Uh-oh.
bestie.
That's dangerous, girl. Okay.
So
Alright.
essentially, before the first group leaves, I would have mentioned what happened last night, would have briefly explained essentially the same information we gave her, because
Your microphone is
It's
it-
wobbling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems okay now.
yeah.
That might help. We'll see. So she would have given the same brief explanation she gave to Mobius about what happened prior last night, and she would have also shown around the letter, the open one, which essentially explains that the mask means no harm and is going to keep to the plan. Yay. And assures Silton's continued safety.
Okay.
Yay.
Ven just nods, but still seems a bit pissed off because of everything that happened yesterday.
Sienna, could you also roll a performance check at advantage? Because Sienna isn't a person to hide the truth or lie. So it's to see how well you can do it.
Damn.
When there is a need to protect, a need to protect a loved one, you can come into those moments and do what's necessary. So no one is the wiser of the second letter. But I will also ask you to roll a history check.
18.
Okay. You looking at the letter from a brief moment, trying to pinpoint any sort of way of reading it, trying to decipher what language it may be. It's random, and it doesn't seem to be a language.
Okay.
Okay. With that said and done, when you announce to everyone what's happened the night before, do you go into the specifics, such as using Horrivan, for example, or the mask?
I am going to mention a mask. I'm going to say that it was a mask enchanted by the guild that's allied to us. And aside from that, just the details that I also gave to Mobius. So just that Samantha is gone, that she's possessed by a magical item, and that we think it's allied with us, but we can't 100% trust it.
Okay. There are some murmurs in the group. Some people worried, some people curious as to what this item is. Meanwhile, the
other three. How do
three
they take
know
it?
exactly what it is. And you can see a mix of emotions between the three of them. Each one of them has their own sort of reaction to it. Craig is seemingly indifferent, but from this more boisterous or loud presence he has, he goes very quiet. Wallace, you see, is more nervous than he was before, almost kind of rubbing his hands and being a little bit more skittish in how he kind of like presents himself. And meanwhile, Phoebe, you can see, is holding a very intense glare towards whoever is giving the bad news. Doesn't matter who you were, it just happened to be you, Sienna. So you can see she's like intently just focused and trying to wrap her head around it.
Noticing that intense glare, Sienna would just sort of make eye contact with her and sort of tilt her head into questioning, like, is this going to be a problem?
And they shake their head.
Okay.
The first people to leave, how are you navigating these wastelands? Are you taking a horse? Are you taking one of the carts? If you're taking one of the carts, then the other troop are going to have a very difficult time navigating, because the carts are only built for a certain size, and you'll be pushing them into one. So,
I don't think we take either, maybe.
okay,
Unless it would take like longer for us to get there.
sure.
Because I don't know how well you can sneak on the back of a horse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what I'm saying. So maybe we just go on foot.
Yeah, I would have said so.
Okay. The other two, Yishi and Magna, are both happy to go on foot. They seem fairly capable and well built enough in stamina to withstand the conditions.
Isn't Shiloh going on the sneak team, or is that?
I think he
Or is
was
he
on
going
the
with
other team,
No,
was he
I
not?
think he's going distraction.
Yeah,
Let me...
that's what I had written down.
Yeah, he's on distraction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
I was making sure because I don't remember where we put him.
So just to give a little quick overview for everyone, just in case. So on the stealth team, you have Yishi the fairy, you have Magna the tabaxi, Thorn and Fennel. So that's the four of you going in first. Next up, we have the distraction team that has Allison the lizard folk, Cosmo the warforged, Mara the sentinel, Craig the lizard folk, Wallace the drow, and Shiloh, Snowbear, and Sienna. And then the last team, Team Charming, is Ribbon the air ganassi, Ven, Phoebe the humanoid. There's no distinctions on who they are yet. Mobius and Ferahai. Again, no distinction on who he is either. So that's the sort of groups that we have going into this, just as a little reminder for everyone. But for now, and Thorn, the two of you head out. Early doors. The sun is just barely rising over the distance as you wanted to cover some footfall before it got too late in the day. So you continue the journey ahead. I'd like the both of you to roll survival or perception checks. You can roll both, either one, but it has to be one of them. So let me know which one you end up rolling.
My forge isn't open.
No, you're never going to be the allegation.
I was on such a good streak. This is bullshit. I was doing
I
so
will
well.
do perception. 18.
Okay. And then Cassie, which one do you want to do? Survival or perception?
Give me a second.
I'm padding for time.
I know. What was it? Survival or perception?
That's right. Survival or perception. You get to choose.
Okay, survival or perception. What a great
Yes.
choice to choose between.
Survival or perception.
Okay, it's open.
Great.
Okay. I'll use perception.
Okay. Okay. Having a bit of a basis on the general surroundings, you push out, and do you follow the main roads? There aren't many, I will say. It's kind of just a bit barren, but do you try and go the safe route? Do you try and take a little bit more of a riskier route? How are you navigating this?
Hold on now. Can we take a safe route that is not one of the main roads?
You can attempt to, for sure. With your perception check, you're able to determine the difference between what is a road and what isn't, what's more traveled on and what hasn't been traveled on in forever. Going on the in-between of those, Fennel, you are kind of leading the trail as Thorn has kind of picked out these kind of scenarios here. You try and push ahead and just bring some conviction to a choice, really. In general, between the four of you, what are your roles in this group? Do we have a scout? Do we have a leader? What are your defined roles?
I think it would be best if she was like the scout because she can go from above. But
Sure.
maybe let's have a discussion. Maybe she might be pointed out because she is in the sky. I don't know.
She is tiny.
She's tiny, and she
Yeah, I
can
think
change
she
her
works
size.
better as a scout.
Okay.
No, I'm happy with that.
Okay. And I guess Fennel's a leader. Why not?
I mean, it makes sense that Thorn wouldn't really be feeling up to that at the moment.
Oh yeah, no. Thorn is unfortunately very locked in right now and not like focusing on. She's not focusing on the necessarily people around her as much, but she is like. I think she's keeping the trail.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, yeah, Fennel will be more of a leader, letting Thorn kind of guide the way through the streets, but keeping an eye on the people and the surroundings in the meantime.
Okay.
And just making note of where she's taking us.
With you, Fennel, having more of a control over the group as a whole, being this almost leaderly voice, you are keeping an eye out on Yishi, watching where Thorn is leading the group, as well as following where Magna is going. Magna is kind of flanking around the edges, keeping a bit of a distance from you and the others, almost checking behind, checking around, just to see if anyone is on pursuit. Meanwhile, Yishi is kind of making sure that the general terrain ahead of you is safe enough for you to travel through. So they kind of like got your flank and in front of you as well. So you're well protected, and it's just two of you in this center group walking along. You travel through this kind of, the sands have now disappeared completely, and what is left now is just this torn apart flatlands that is mainly this kind of like barren cold. It's not cold enough to where there is snow, but it is just that sort of sleety ice in some areas that has caused like areas of hardened stone to freeze over, and the moisture has just been condensed into this kind of patch of slippery surface. So you're having to navigate around that a bit carefully. So that heat from the sun has now dissipated completely as you are now in the winters of this region. Pushing through, you don't see any sort of creatures, no signs of humanity or any sort of people. It is just a cold, desolate silence on this open, barren, frigid sort of landscape. And it's just the two of you pushing through to the best of your abilities. Is there any conversation that gets struck up whilst you're walking on this road?
Not from
Fennell's not gonna.
Thorn.
Fennell's not gonna push Thorn for any conversation. He's just gonna stick to the matter of hand, just kind of keeping her aware of where we are, like just getting her thoughts on where to go and why this way, why that way, and just keep making sure that she's in the present.
I will say though, I think Thorn has been like muttering to herself pretty much the entire night up and until now. She's been like, at first she was talking to Wrath.
Yeah.
And she talks to him every now and again, but other than that, she's just talking to herself under her breath.
What's she saying?
Not good things. Not good things. About herself. Pretty much.
Yeah, in that case, Fennell's definitely gonna bring Thorn back to the present where he can to talk about the matter at hand, their journey through. He's not gonna address what she's talking about or what happened last night, but just bringing her back on occasion.
Okay. With bringing a bit of gravity to the situation to focus on something that isn't past deeds, you pay your attention closer to the two mountains up ahead. You know that Siftos is basically hidden within this two mountain, we'll say like spire, if you will, this backdrop. And it is now within a better view. And as you focus on it, you can see that sort of light that just permeates around that mountain peak. It is that sort of aurora borealis sort of colors that flicker between them. And at some points for you, Fennell, you do feel this sort of like hum coming from there. Something that feels deep inside.
Can
That
I
happened-
insight check it?
You
That
can roll an
happened
Arcana
before.
check if you want.
Arcana.
There was a... What, didn't that happen before in a town where something was happening?
Yeah,
Perhaps.
You're smiling, Max, because I know you know.
12.
12. Okay.
Where did that happen? Oh my god, I'm freaking out.
It's this low sort of rumble in your chest that you can feel, and those motes of light that were seen the previous night by Thorn, I believe it was Thorn and Mobius. The two of you had seen these kind of sparkles of light, almost like shooting stars, just appear and then disappear, but they held themselves in space longer than a shooting star would. You can see those more present here as well. They even stand out in the sunlight because they are almost space itself. They're not a light. They take up a space in the sky above. When those ruptures appear, they're not frequent, but now that you're feeling this rumble in your chest, Fennell, you can feel almost the build-up, and then it settles. Every time one of these cracks opens, that build-up happens, and then as it fades away, it settles. You're almost in tune with those ripples that are happening within the sky.
Okay. Fennell will point them out to Thorn and just be like, "Eyes up! Look." Let's,
Okay, out of character question. This happened with Zuna. We were with Zuna whenever shit like this happened last time. Remember? There was some sort of rumbling in the sky. Okay, I'm not crazy. Thank you.
No, no, it's true.
It was when we got attacked, I believe.
Cool. Kill Bill siren's going off. Yeah, Thorn's gonna quickly remind Fennell, like, yeah, we were attacked last time that happened, do you remember? With
yeah.
Zuna.
No, it's a shame she's not with us actually.
What, did she die? Sorry,
Oh, we
sorry.
left it.
She wouldn't say that. Yeah, it is a shame. But
Yeah.
now we just have to figure this out by ourselves. Thorn's gonna look around and probably yell to Yishi, do you see anything? Is there anything around? Can you sense anything? You know?
She'll, seeing that you are kind of bringing her attention, she will come down and speak to you face to face. No, I didn't see anything at the moment. It seems fine up ahead. There's some loose forest, but there's not much out there, I'll be honest. It seems quite barren. I haven't seen anything either, so it's a little strange.
What about that and that thing over at the mountain?
I haven't noticed anything. Seems clear.
If Fennel hadn't said anything, would I have noticed it? Or no? Why does Fennel get a spider sense? Okay.
Why can Fennel talk to Zuna?
That's also a very good question.
Okay, well, keep an eye out. Let's keep going.
Well, you're gonna be the one having to keep an eye out because none of us can feel it.
Yeah, no, I will.
So stay on your
If you,
toes.
if you focus on everything else.
Yep.
Okay. The group of you continue onwards. Magna giving you the all clear that no one is following or in pursuits of your group. And as you look back at some points, you can't even see the carts. You can't see anything from the other group at all. It is just miles and miles ahead. And that's...
Hold on.
Yes.
Should we tell that specific piece of information to the party? Because we have our message stones. I forget how much space there is before we can talk to each other. But Fennel also has that thing to talk to Ven, right?
Well, it's not talking.
Not
it's
talk
feeling.
to, but
It's give feeling.
yeah.
Well, it's giving dangerous light. It's giving soothsaying.
It's giving.
Just be
You have sending
soothsaying
stone.
Nimbus with
Yeah,
you.
so it's-
nervous.
Just
because
decided
So if
against
there was
using
danger,
them.
I could tell
Evil
Ven
magician.
there's a sense of danger, but
Yeah.
like there's no real way to explain over that.
But we have
It's like a
sending.
nonchalant, like, yeah, there's kind of danger here, but don't worry about it.
But you
I
can say
got
that
it,
about the whole
babe.
mission.
I'm being ignored.
I'm
What are you
sorry, what were you
saying?
saying?
We have sending stones to communicate within the
I
party.
said that!
There was a
yeah.
thing as well to bear in mind that was brought up
Once we're in the
last session.
city.
Once you're in the
But
city,
we're not
you want
in
to
the
avoid
city
using
yet.
them. Well, just
Yeah,
But we're not in.
yeah. Basically, once we're in the city, no communication via sending stone. But I guess up until then.
Right.
But like use code words.
Pink
You know that
bear.
you know the language
Pink
people
bear.
would make up when they're young, when they would put
Yeah.
egg in between
Secret
like
twin
every-
language. Yeah.
okay. Well, do you have a sending stone?
Yeah, I mean, we all brought our sending zones, but are we still in range? I mean, can they even hear us through the mansion?
It's infinite range, so
It's infinite range.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Unless you're in another
Oh.
plane, then it's a 5% chance it might not happen, but I don't think we are, so
you'd have left the
Let's hope
mansion by
not.
this point anyway. So
yeah.
what do you say,
Well-
Thorn or Fennel, if you're using it?
I mean, Fennel can probably describe it better than Thorn.
Yeah. Well, for now, we'll send it to Ven then, and just say there's the same. There's. Is that one or two?
We'll say it's one because
Yeah.
it's hyphenated.
Yeah. There's the same. How many words is it?
25. So
Counting.
25.
25.
There's the same crackling at the mountains that we saw when we met Zuna. That's less than 25.
Okay.
You can add more.
Love you!
Aww. Be safe.
Then just like very serious face for aw. Wait, the same crackling when we met Zuna or when we got attacked by the Soothsaying Nimbus.
It's when we got attacked, because I think there's no necessarily
Yeah.
the rumbling with Juno was the fucking two-headed Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
So that's a bit different.
Well, I did say
Um,
crackling, not rumbling.
Yeah.
Same shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Not really.
You know what it is. You know what he means.
Lightning adjacent.
This is your boyfriend. You should know. You should know.
Yeah.
He could say spaghetti, spaghetti, bolognese, and you were like, oh, he's happy. Okay, great.
I would think he's having a stroke, but sure.
At least he's happy eating bolognese.
Okay. Ven's gonna tell everyone else about the rumbling and explain that it's probably something to do with the mage organization, the Soothsaying Nimbus, but whether it's a portal or some of their contraptions, unsure. Because we just heard the rumbling, we never fucking investigated it, so whoopsies! That's a past us whoopsie. But he's gonna stay away from, if possible, / don't interact with it.
Okay, that's your response.
Yeah.
Oh
okay.
no, I was telling that to the party.
Oh, okay.
I forgot that. How does sending stones work, by the way?
It's mental.
Is it-
You get the spell
No.
cast to you, and then you have a response of 25 words.
And then I can still use mine.
Yeah, you can use yours afterwards. You just expend the use of it.
Gotcha. Okay. I wasn't sure. The response back will be okay. Stay back from it. If can investigate more, but not at risk of safety.
You've got 10 more.
Love you. Love you too. Kiss.
There's so many X's. Okay, message sent. Whilst we focus on the group that have just received the message, the group of you, both Team Distraction and Team Charming, however you're wording yourselves, are currently travelling in the 2 carts. I imagine Shiloh will be driving the horse with Duncan. Meanwhile, the Scarab is going to be driven by Alison still. The 2 groups traveling together. Are you separated by your teams? Or...
Well, that would be a problem because Shiloh and Edison are both at Team Distraction.
It's true.
So Shiloh would have to teach someone else how to drive the smaller cart. I mean, Ven would make sense.
I mean, I
since
could-
it's one of the shadow horses, right?
Could,
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
And Duncan, which is a problem.
Yeah.
I would like to say that Thorn maybe had a word with Duncan, but I don't think she did.
Yeah.
Ven, if you could roll a animal handling check then.
Oh boy.
Oh, brother.
Okay.
Oh, okay, 22.
Yippee!
You can see that he doesn't like people controlling him to begin with. He only allows Thorn to issue him commands. And seeing how, and the better ways to describe it, his mum in sort of a bad situation, a bad mental this morning, just kind of puts up with it. So you can command Duncan as you see fit then. And he has no fight back. But as is clarified now, both of you are separated. We have Ven and Mobius alongside Ribbon, Phoebe, and Farahai, while the others are in the other cart. So that's you, Sienna, from the party members by yourself with all of these wackos, to put it lightly.
Hey.
So Ven, do you share this news with the other group as well?
Yeah, he would. Probably share it with them before we head off, unless the times don't match up. But either way, he could, like, as we said, the carts aren't too fast, so
And you can still speak
Stop.
to each other across the distance as well.
Yeah.
You can travel side by side. And
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
Some
thinking.
weird shit. No, I'm kidding. He would just move the cart closer to theirs and then explain to his cart, and then somebody who's not actively controlling the cart can hop to the other one and explain.
it's like that kids game. What was it called? It's like Chinese whispers or something. We have to take the word, pass it on to the next person, then the next. Then
It
the
was
next.
not called that for me. It was called telephone.
Telephone.
Yeah, we had it was called deaf telephones and
Death telephone.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just had to
I
add the word
forget what
death.
it's called in German. I do not remember.
Okay.
Chinese whispers is
Deaf
crazy.
as in, like,
Anyways.
Hearing deaf, not as in deaf.
Dead telephones.
Yeah,
I thought the
yeah,
spirits
yeah.
were contacting you. You have to pass the fucking
No,
message.
that's called a Ouija
No.
board.
Like way cooler though, now that I think about it, but no.
Just someone picks up an
Imagine.
imaginary phone in the middle. Hello, Grandma? Oh,
Oh my god.
It's
Okay.
like Scream, but the guy is. What is that movie? No, I don't remember.
We're getting
Who doesn't have
sidetracked.
dead people, Cassie?
Yeah, we're getting sidetracked. Sorry.
Sixth Sense. Spoilers. Okay, the message is
That's not spoilers.
passed on. Well, it might be. It's an old film, but it's a good one.
Everyone knows that Kit can see ghosts.
Oh my,
Okay.
spoilers.
Oh my
Wow.
God, Leone!
Can't believe
The
it.
first 10 minutes.
Our fan base, they've been ruined.
Who from the group would you entrust to give this information then?
I think Mobius is well spoken.
Okay. Mobius, you then head out to the other cart, pass on the information. You just see Sienna amongst the crowd, just sat there.
Kind of just like looks at her. And, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you. You too.
Literally a sane person.
Why is this so awkward?
Insane asylum.
No, there's some sane people in my group. I'm looking at the
Yeah.
list.
I'm looking at the
Zach.
list.
I'm looking at the
Zach has been
list.
Very nice.
I'm look.
I love that you need to consult the list. You can't think at the top of your head.
There's too many of them there.
There's
Yeah.
nice people in my group. I just need to. Hold on a second.
Okay. Let me study it.
Are they listening?
I guess Zach's nice, my bad.
You
Yeah.
share the information. They all kind of take it on board. The only one that really has any context is Sienna to understand what this means. Meanwhile, the others are just understanding that the place they're going to is weird, and they already kind of had a feeling about that anyway. So it just reinforces that. But Zach will speak to you, Sienna. You doing all right? You look a bit tentative, a little bit. You're a bit quieter than you've been before.
I'm not quite used to all of us splitting up, and it was a rough night, but it'll be fine.
Was it that bad?
Nah, I'm just very worried about Thorn, but she's been through worse. She'll be fine.
He nods along. Yeah, well, she does look like she can handle herself.
Oh, she can.
That's good. That's good. Well, I trust her. I'm sure she'll do great.
Yeah. Yeah, she will.
He just looks ahead and looks around. There is a bit of a distance between where you are currently sat and where Craig and Wallace currently are. You see he's kind of like looking at them and looking back to you. Do you know who they are? Like, really are?
Yes, we do. But, I mean, I assume you're referring to 20 years ago? Which is quite a long while.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah.
Have you ever... Well, I was going to say, have you ever seen them do their stuff?
Not them. But this friend of ours, he was part of their group, I guess you could say. The one who got taken.
Okay.
And we've seen him fight. So...
Is he a hand-to-hand fighter?
Is it a problem if he is?
No, it's not a problem. If it's the same person, I've seen what he's capable of. But like you said,
I hope it...
20 years, a lot can change.
I hope it wasn't someone you cared about. That's a horrible fate. No matter what I think of the man, what he did to people was still horrifying.
He nods. Well, terrifying is certainly a word to use. Luckily, I wasn't in his sights. But he definitely inspired. Whether inspiration is a good word to use here or not. I remember the day. I hadn't spent much time in the prime material plane, but I was visiting a friend, and he ran this temple in Tunthia. Far from here, but he was a good man. He did his best. He knew that there were problems. There was a family that had controlled the town for years, decades. A bloodline so thick that no one had ever tried to take them on or to change the leadership. And he did his best to help those in a tough situation. And it's weird because it happened so quick. And I remember being in the crowd. There were so many people, more people than I expected the town to have. And it was silence. It was just the wind. That was the loudest thing. The wind. And then I saw him. He stood there so proud, so strong. And he had that leader, the Magi, he called himself. He had him in the palm of his hand, held him there, accused him of what he'd done to everyone, accused him of abusing his power. And as a demonstration, he just said that No one is above anyone else. And it was just like that. Then this all-powerful magi was just like everyone else. Powerless. No feats of magic. Nothing. Unfortunately, I also found my friend. He was also attacked in this aftermath. Not caused by the man directly, but I think the people had enough. Whether it was mages, clerics, they just saw everything as red, and he wasn't going to fight them. Just goes to show you how much influence someone has.
Yes. It's scary how much one man can change in a crowd. What he can inspire.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be.
But it's good to know that there's others out there with the same charismatic sway, with the same strong beliefs that are using that power for good, isn't it?
It's the only
There's
silver
some
lining.
Yeah.
Life is complicated. Magic is everywhere, but sometimes it's nowhere. But who are we to judge? We're just here, trying to make things better.
Well, I do think we have to judge sometimes. When we see that people like Camdera are using their power for horrifying evil things, it's very much our right to judge and our duty to judge. As much as we can talk about what Caspian, what Horven did, she is at the root of a lot of his motivation. From what he's told us, from what Samantha's told us.
He nods along. And what will you do? What will you do to get it done? Is there a limit? Is there a barrier stopping you?
I want my friends, my family to be safe. I want them to be able to feel safe, to know they're safe and at peace. And I'm not sure if there's anything I'm not willing to do to ensure that.
He looks down for a moment towards his crossbow. Now you can see the connection between that holy energy and the story he's told you. A very sentimental item which he leans on when telling you that moment from his life, and he just looks at it. Well, if there's something that I've ever learnt, is some people in this world, they have the purest soul. Something that I don't know if I could ever achieve, but something that I don't want you to tarnish. We'll do whatever it takes, but make sure it doesn't change you. because you've got a good soul, Sienna.
Thank you for saying that. Even if I doubt that it's still pure.
He'll just contemplate and continue to look idly in the cart as you are still travelling down the road. Since Robbie, you're driving one cart, I'd ask you to roll a survival check. And since Leonie, you're the only one in the other cart from the group, I'll ask you to roll a survival check as well.
Oh gosh. Don't make me.
I'm gonna reroll that for the both of us, homie. Okay.
not worth using
I
my
turn
roll.
around and the other card is just gone.
It's fallen off a cliff.
I mean, it is Allison driving it, so who's surprised?
Good
Zero
lord.
is
Guys, do I reroll? Do I reroll with the +10?
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
god.
guys, you're kind of the base of operations. for the
Wait.
rest of us
Is
not
it still
getting
5
noticed.
days? Wait, is it gone?
Yeah, wasn't it 7
How long?
days?
You had a full week with it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I think
then
we
we're
should
still
be
in it.
fine.
Okay, nice.
Jesus.
23!
I have never seen that before. That's
Zero.
crazy.
No, Leonie's rolled zeros before.
Yeah.
I've done it before.
Oh,
I think
you
I
poor
rolled the zero
thing.
ones too.
Jesus.
I rolled
Okay.
a -1 or 2 some, so it's fine. It's fine.
Jesus Christ.
There's
Um,
worse.
Yeah, there
Can always
definitely
be
is.
worse.
Luckily, this isn't one of the worst. This is a pretty good result for you guys. Traveling on these two carts, there are no sort of dangers that presents its way to you. None that scream out your attention or need to fixate from the mission. The roads, you don't find anyone on them. There are no passers-by. It's the same as the others. It is a barren landscape that just becomes less desert-like and more into this tundra, sort of just icy plainscape, which you can see that Friend, the the large scarab, is having a good time in. His kind of scarab form can actually dig in to the surrounding sleets of ice quite nicely. So he's traversed through these landscapes pretty easily. Meanwhile, the horse is having a bit of a harder time, but you manage to control them enough then so they don't sort of go off kilter. And nor do you cause the cart to turn key and do a 180 out of nowhere.
This is what all my ice boat Minecrafting has paid off.
Fuck's sake. Bambi on ice.
I'd say the two groups would split up like a few hours before reaching the city, right? So we don't have
Yeah.
at the same time.
Basically.
So when
Maybe
we
say
reach
like
that
an
point,
hour or 2 hours ahead of us.
yeah. But when we reach that point where it's time to split off, Sienna would appreciate the chance to talk to the others again, and then
Sure.
We can
Take
make
your
like a
choice.
small
yeah.
break.
Yeah, you will need to have small breaks as a larger group anyway. It's easier for 4 people to go in and out of just snacking and continuing on. For you guys, it's sit down, prepare everything, let everyone have a load off, and then continue.
Every hour. I need to pee. We'll
Yeah.
wait until the stop.
Just do it outside the cart. It's fine.
Oh, do not.
There's a cup in the corner, okay?
No.
There's just Craig dangling there. Just
Ah.
Ugh.
Okay.
okay. You on one of the breaks before you begin to split off as your 2 distinct teams. You have a moment to catch up. What did you wish to say, Sienna?
She just wanted to go over to Mobius and Van and wish them good luck and tell them to be safe. Don't take any unnecessary risks. That will willful. Yeah.
Only necessary risks.
Yes, of course. Necessary risks.
Same goes for you. Stay safe, please. I know that your whole point is being the distraction team, but also try not to get too much negative attention on you.
I'll try and make sure they behave.
And remember, from what we know, the Soothsaying Nimbus magic is slightly different than your typical mages. So some things might work a bit differently.
Yes, I'll keep an eye out.
Hug?
Definitely. Come here.
By the way, I am still
Hi.
mad at her. I
That's
will get
talk
over
about
it.
that after. We'll talk about it after. I feel like that's a conversation all of us should have.
I know. I just wanted to say, make sure she doesn't do anything stupid because of how she feels.
I'm afraid that's out of my control. I forget it already, but we let her go, so.
I meant when we eventually do reunite, because we're gonna have to.
Yeah, but still, she has a lot of hours on her own. I mean, Final's with her, right?
Oh,
Final's gonna stop her from doing
yes.
anything stupid.
Yeah, he can, actually give solid advice.
Hmm.
He's good at comforting people, so maybe it's
Okay.
good that they have some time together. I don't know how much he'll get through to Thorn, but
Well, I'm sure he's gonna try his best. And it's just a few hours, right? Just a few hours. What could go wrong?
we are coping desperately here, aren't we?
Never
Yes.
say that out loud. Never say that what could go
I
wrong.
regret it. I regret it. Yes.
Snap cut. Things going wrong.
Buildings are on fire. Everyone is screaming.
All right, well, remember, once we get into the city, we won't be able to communicate via these, and he's gonna just get a bit, huddle in a little bit between the three of them. Listen, if I do send you a message, I don't know how many people they might erase their memories from or something, but if I ever do send you a message via the sending stone, let's say everything I say is the opposite.
Okay.
I will be counting in that they're listening.
All right.
So if we say we're fine, it's probably not fine.
Yeah.
If we're in danger, we're fine. So
Make sure to fucking write this down, guys, because you are gonna forget.
I am. It's
Wait, what are we writing down? Wait, what are we writing down?
Jesse, me and you are writing nothing down. We're not here for this conversation. Don't worry.
Okay, I didn't know. I stepped out for a second. I was scared.
I can just see, because the next session, or at least the session where this may come up, maybe next year, someone's gonna go, "Fucking hell, I'm dying," and then it's just gonna be opposite, and then it'll be like, what?
We all rush over there and they're like sipping cocktails with little umbrellas or something.
Oh,
In a
hey, let's
jacuzzi.
finish the mission.
Guys, I'm having a great time here. What are you talking about? What's going on?
But yeah, just consider that I am counting on them listening while I'm sending the message.
Okay.
So anything I say via message, don't take it quite literally, I guess.
All right. I'll remember that. Okay.
Quick hug. Tight
More
hug.
hugs. Yes. All the hugs. Also, I had an idea, just for after, once we're back. Have you ever considered purchasing more land next to ours? Because I know this was gifted to us, but imagine what we could do with more space. We could... No, it's an idea for after. It's an idea for after. But just because, we got even more
Did
money.
you
Anyway.
enjoy decorating the house?
No, yes, but also, Alexia still has so many... There are so many children on the streets, and... No,
Well, I have been doing that whole concert thing. To
I know,
help out.
exactly. And we can build up on that.
Well, I
We
was
can offer
thinking
them a
maybe
safe
get
space.
rid of the whole mafia business in
Well,
the city
yes,
before we do that.
That's part of it, but even once I've gotten rid of them, those people will still need a place to go.
I know. I just don't want.
It was
them to
just an
have-
idea.
No, it's good. It's good.
Oh.
I like it, and I'm think Fennel will like it too.
All right. Then
You can handle the house
Awesome.
stuff, and I'll handle the shitty guys.
well, I'm more than ready to help you in handling the shitty guys, but
Oh, I know you've been working out. Jesus.
all right.
Stay safe.
Stay
And see you
safe.
soon.
Before you leave.
You too, Mobius. Do not get hurt. You're not allowed to get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do my best to stay safe as much as I can. But honestly, it kind of feels like we have the least chance of getting caught in something.
Oh, we most definitely will. At some point.
I mean, yeah, of course, but
Let them
It's
stay
kinda
optimistic. Yeah, let them be optimistic.
Fair. Fair.
But yeah, let's just each do our part the best we can and deal with this as quickly as we can.
Yes.
Wise words.
Yeah. Good parting words. All right. Be safe. Before I say that like 30 more times. Bye. And just gotta go back to their card.
Okay.
Bye.
Is there anything that you wish to pass over to the other whilst you're still here? Any items or equipment you may have that you wish the other person to be carrying? Because this is the time to say it, if so. Whether it's a sending stone or whether it's something that you've got in your person, just double check it.
Do they have a who's the healer?
Do we have a healer?
I think Cosmo is a healer. So
Cosmo
Are
can
any of
heal.
these people a healer?
No, I'm just wondering if they like have anyone who can cast Revivify.
No.
Then no.
I don't think so.
Okay, well I'm keeping the Revivify scroll because I only have one.
You know, I would
have
say
a-
the
I have a
therapist should
diamond.
be the healer because that would make the most sense. But
As far as
apparently,
we've seen,
he's a
no.
therapist.
Well, he's with Ven and Mobius, so
Yeah, so
and I can heal as well. So
Give it to Snowbear.
No.
He's a doctor.
I can give someone a lesser restoration potion.
Let me check if I still have one of those. I do not.
You can have it.
Yeah.
I give.
okay. Then, with that, the two groups begin to pack up their things. There is a bit of a step between the two. So I'm assuming the people that are left here, that'll be the team Charming. You guys would basically sit around for a couple of hours whilst you let the others go ahead of you. Is that the plan? How much time do you give them?
We said like 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half.
Okay,
Like we don't want to be arriving there like too late in the day, I guess.
sure. It's about midday now. You have maybe about 4 hours until you reach the city. So you can give that enough time there before you need to separate. Okay.
Yeah.
Then, Sienna, you head off with the others, leaving both Ven and Mobius behind as you trail off alongside this very eclectic group. Snowbear sat beside you.
Don't worry, everything's gonna be fine, Sienna. I'm sure we're gonna knock it out of the park.
Okay. If you say so, I'm gonna rely on you.
Oh, well, don't rely on me. I haven't got fingers, so... But everyone
Well,
else seems
I
quite
think-
reliable.
I think you can still be useful, even if you don't have fingers.
Oh, Sienna, you pull at my little teddy bear heartstrings. If ever I have a heart, I could feel it pumping. Don't take it
That's
weird.
Okay.
I'll have your back. Don't worry. I know the others aren't here,
That's
but
good to know.
I'm one of the OGs, so you can trust me.
All right. How are you getting along with Craig?
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, he just wants to play around a little bit. I'm not going to lie, he does seem to have the brain of a child. So,
Well, he's been through a lot of
oh
troubling
yes,
things, so-
that's been going on in the role play. I know.
Are you like his therapist or something?
No, sometimes he asks me to do these little theater plays for him, and I have to pretend to be Oleana for a little bit. It's really strange.
Uh-huh.
It's a little bit disconcerting, really.
Yeah, it does sound like it.
At one point, I had to play his mother, and he said that she wasn't there, so I guess I had a little coffee break for an hour, so that was all right.
And what other roles has he had you play?
Well, there was one point where I was a fish, supposedly, and I was the one having to swim away from him, even though there was no body of water. Kind of like a dog playing fetch. He's not that bad, to be honest. Looks look quite scary, but overall, he's still quite scary. There's no way to flip it.
No, he's hinted at having eaten people in the past, so I think that alone makes him very scary. But he did promise not. Well, he sort of said that he didn't really say anything about not doing it anymore.
No, I think he has full intention to be eating people again.
Well, maybe we can convince him to eat evil people, and that's still. Oh, I'm not going to think about it more.
To be honest, I don't think it really has
That's fine.
a sort of taste for one or the other. I honestly think if you were to just feed him meat of any kind, he'd still eat it and not even know the difference.
Well, again, he's been through a lot. It's probably a trauma response of some kind. Interesting.
Not really. Fucked up is the word I'd use.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to be polite.
But he did give me some, well, let's say, juicy sort of news as well.
Uh-huh.
With all of this role play we do. And don't know, it's not like that. It's not sexual. No. Nothing like that.
really wasn't thinking it was.
You weren't?
Oh, do not look at me like that. No, I wasn't.
Okay. Sorry to presume. Typically, this is the sort of response I'd get from Thordane, but he's not around, so yeah. Well, turns out he was a wandering mask. Who would have known?
Well, we did know that.
Well, why don't you tell me these fucking things?
But weren't you there when Samantha told us?
Well, I was probably cooking or something. I can't remember.
Okay.
But he was like one of the top dogs. So his name is actually Croc, funnily enough.
Oh.
There's also the Drow. His name is actually worse, but with a C, there's no S. Fucking weird.
Okay.
The other one is Furrow. I know a little bit about each one of them, so if you need to know anything, let me know.
I mean, we don't know any details, so yeah, I think I'd appreciate it if you
All right,
told me
well,
what you know.
the one with the others, Phoebe, as she calls herself, she's got strange mind power. Supposedly, she can blow people up by just thinking about them. Yep. I don't know how it works. They're just... He described it as like eating a tomato. So,
Oh,
yeah. She can also enter
Okay.
people's minds, probe into them, learn information. She was pretty much the interrogator for their little group. So that's nice to know, isn't it?
yeah, really nice.
And they're with our other friends. So that's great. Yeah. I don't like all of this separating. This is Dangerous. Well, I'm
Well,
very
we'll
confident
see
being with you,
them-
though, Sienna, because
see them again
I've seen
very
those
soon.
muscles of yours, and they are bouncing. So, I feel like
Thank
I'm in safe
you.
hands.
Thanks. Yeah, I've been trying. Well, okay, so that's Phoebe. What about Wallace?
Wallace, he was, I think he was some sort of prince of the Drow kingdoms down below the surface in the Underdark, supposedly sort of ostracized from his community, and he gained a fascination to purple worms. I don't know why, but he seems to have a lot of that on him. In fact, he was eaten by one, but then later regurgitated out. So he has some weird fetishes, that's all I can say. Also, he seems to be with Phoebe, so they are connected. They fuck.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't want any sort of complication. I don't want to muddy the waters. Direct. They have fucked.
Okay. Good to know, thank you.
Any other
Very
questions?
important piece of information. No, I think I'm good, thank you.
Oh, good. Excellent. Great. Glad I could be of help.
Yeah, if you hear anything else, or if they ever have any talks that seem like they don't want the others to hear, that would be nice to know.
Well, I'm constantly with the big guys, so
Yeah, exactly.
I just do my classic.
Yeah. Of course, he knows you talk, so...
He does, but sometimes
I'm
people
sure
don't
what
realize.
was
They
best
still think I'm a toy.
Yeah,
so-
but he already knows, so... It's too late for it. But you could still try.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, you got this.
Sienna, can I go with you now instead of him?
Well, I'm not sure he'd be too pleased about that.
But I could be the eyes in the back of your head. I could have your six.
I'm not sure how to tell you
It'll be
this,
a
but
wombo
I have
combo.
eyes. I'm very aware of my surroundings. I don't really need that.
But I could give you encouraging words whilst you're doing your thing. Like I could say,
Well,
for
how about-
example, watch
how
your
about-
six.
Again, that's not needed, because I can see what's behind me. But anyway, I can sense what's... Anyway, how about we propose this to Greg, and if he doesn't have a problem with it, then sure. Because I don't want any conflict in between the group before we get there. We can have the conflict after we've defeated Miss Camandera, but...
Very wise. Very wise.
Yeah. But afterwards, I would definitely be willing to fight him for your safety, so...
If I could cry, a single tear would drop down my face.
All right.
Right, well, good luck.
And he taps you on the back.
Let's go ask him.
I'm not going, you're going.
No, you're coming with me.
Oh. I'll have to roleplay this out later if you lose, though.
I'm not planning on fighting him now. I'm just gonna ask.
All right.
You both waddle over, which is just like across the car.
Yeah.
Fucking
across the
less than a meter away.
Yo, big man.
He turns down.
Yes.
Mr. Craig, we were wondering if maybe during the fighting Snoopy could stick with me.
Why?
Well, he has some magics that he's very good at using with his friends. I'm not sure if they quite extend to you yet, so he'd be more useful if he was with me. And he really wants to be useful in this fight we're about to have, so...
Does he not want to be with me anymore?
Yeah, does he?
Which one's not gonna get me eaten? We'll say yes, no. Okay. I was enjoying your presence, little one.
And he starts taking off the baby harness. And he hands it to you.
I don't need that, thank you.
I am not your slaver. Well, that's good to know. Now, after all the roleplay we've been doing, you enjoyed it. Well, there were some bits that I yeah. All right, maybe we'll still hang out later then. Okay. Cool. All right, well, Sienna, I'm free. That was easier than I
Alright,
thought.
Perfect. Well, we'll be arriving in the city soon, so best sit down and relax somewhere where we can.
Are you going to wear the harness? Or...
No.
What if I say please?
No.
What if you wore it the other way around like a backpack? And I was just over your shoulder?
And then what if I have to draw a sword?
Then I'd pass it to you. Quicker. I'd be like, "Bang."
Right. Okay, wait, just a second. She's going to draw her long sword and she's going to give it to him. Can he even carry it?
Ugh.
It just drops to the ground instantly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't... You can
Curse
just stay
these
next to
mitten
me.
hands.
Just stay next to me, stay close to me, and we'll be fine, okay? She's gonna resheath her sword. Just stay close to me.
I will have fingers one day.
Yeah,
I will.
We'll definitely get some one day, at some point.
These nubs will be no more. I will stay by your side then.
Perfect.
So, Sienna,
As he just continues to talk and fucking annoy the shit out of you.
Well, Sienna is a station of a literal saint,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah. You can control it. No wisdom saves
Nations of a
needed.
paint?
We won't listen.
Saint.
We won't pay attention to what I said.
Patience.
Of drying paint. She has the patience of drying paint.
You can watch drying
That's
paint, and she's a
exactly
master at it.
Lord.
For Team Charming, the last ones to kind of head in towards the direction of the city, the 5 of you, Ribbon, Phoebe, Farahai, Ven, and Mobius, are beginning to gather your things together as you all enter the cart, led with Ven at the reins. There's a bit more of a silence between all of you as you're just kind of contemplating what's ahead. You've sent your friends in front of you, knowing as they're a team of meant to be distraction, if there are any sorts of threats, they'll probably be the first ones to face them, which is good for you guys, but also they are your friends. So there is a bit of a, what have we sent them in for, or there's a bit of an air of that, really. Is there anything you guys wish to discuss before continuing on? Are you keeping an eye out for anything in particular? What are your roles here, both Ben and Mobius?
You wanna go first, Alex?
Sure. Maybe just basically quote unquote come up with a story, but the same because I assume that the people from my part of the town knew why I set out. So maybe I'm coming back to town with the investigators I found, and these are so they can take a closer look at the
Crimes.
Sure, yeah.
yeah.
Then we'll disguise themselves as Vanessa
Okay.
as well. And we'll tell everyone the fake name. Just to be on the safe side with the Soothsaying Nimbus knowing how he looks like and his name.
Remind us what Vanessa looks like.
Elven female with long wavy red hair. Yellow eyes, but not like his, they're just normal yellow eyes. Pale skin. Yeah.
Then you start creating this sort of alias before you enter. Yeah.
I will be also keeping an eye out for the crackling and rumbling Fennel mentioned, since I'm like at the front of the cart.
Sure.
So,
Then I'll ask you to roll an Arcana check.
okie dokie.
Okay.
14. Also, I might have forgotten that I have a. Wait, no. I kind of lost track of my exhaustion points.
I think you may be at 1 exhaustion
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I'm
level
at
left
one.
after the
Yeah,
long
so
rest.
-1.
Yeah. Because you were ahead of schedule when it comes to travel. So you were going to get there a day that you had exhaustion still. Okay. With a 13 then. Keeping an eye out on the road ahead, you follow the most, I'm assuming, and you can tell me otherwise, the most normal sort of line of travel because you don't want to look
Yeah.
suspicious of any kind. Can you also roll, with that in mind, another survival check at advantage?
Sure, boss.
Okay.
23.
With the 23, you feel confident as you're navigating through this barren landscape. For Mobius, you know this sort of general surrounding area. You are now entering the woodland that's just outside of the border's fence. You'll be soon approaching areas of guard towers that are stationed in different areas. They appear maybe 1 mile from one another, so you're assuming that you're going to approach one fairly soon. They're not always manned, but when they are, they typically have a garrison of 5 soldiers at each one of them. They tend to kind of move around to different points around the woods. As well, this landscape that you are entering is known as the Barren, let's see, what was it called again? Just double check. The Barren Wilds. Most people typically mistaken it for barren, spelt with B-A-R-R-E-N, as though they are empty, but it is not. It is barren as the title for some kind of higher noble, B-A-R-O-N. The reason it's called the Barren Wilds is because deep inside of this forest, there is a creature known as the Baron that kind of orchestrates and controls this sort of land to their own whim. They are the reason why the borders have such a strong patrol and strong presence of guards to make sure that this force doesn't encroach or attack them. To keep ever vigilant to see if there are any signs of the Baron peeking through. There's never been a description of the Baron that's been made, but they do seem to create these creatures, these sort of almost ethereal yet tangible creatures that seem like summons or conjured beings, but they still have this remnants of a body that is left behind after they are slain. And they come in a variety of different shapes and sizes. That's why there are no key sort of descriptions or factors to how they look and to how they operate. But they are just within these wilds, and they can appear randomly. There has never been a sort of science, there's never been predictability behind it. They just seem to appear, and then a bit of chaos happens as people are caught off guard. But knowing this, I would also assume that you've told others.
Of course, yeah. I would like preface that the Baron has never been seen or like, but that there are these creatures that they send out. But there are guards still and a competent group. Just be on the lookout, but probably that will be fine.
Perhaps not. Try not to. If we do end up in a fight, try not to show off too much. Considering we might be fighting these guards later. Don't want to reveal
point.
what we can do too early.
They all nod in unison, agreeing to the plan, knowing their role in all of this is to make sure that they aren't seen as threats. With that said, you do see Phoebe kind of begin to make their presence a bit more known. What is the story we're telling here, then? We can't just be traveling here without intent. What are we intending to do at this place?
Mobius, you are from here originally, right? So maybe we could leave a story from that.
Sure. I mean, do you...
No, go ahead.
Wait, my eye is itchy. Apologies. Oh,
Didn't know robots could feel itchiness. Just kidding.
I'm built different. Ooh. Well, I mean, do you want to go with, like, the investigation team? Looking for a hero? Or...
Could you? Well, maybe we are an investigation team. I don't know if we should mention names. I don't know how close-knit they are with Commander, if they know that he's being held by her.
Fair point. So what are we looking for then? I mean, maybe considering that this is kind of where the two comments clashed, maybe something along those lines or something.
Maybe we could still go with the we're investigators part.
Mm-hmm.
Best lies are baked with half-truths anyway. Perhaps you can say that you just have a missing friend that is old and maybe not too sane of mind, so we're helping you find them. Perhaps help you out with taking care of them in general.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Then looks to everyone else.
That's reasonable enough. We can do that.
Yeah, especially since Fairhigh, you also could weave a story that you're a therapist. You could be helping them out.
This is not a problem. It is the weapons and the armor that we carry, though. As much as we wish to hide our true intentions, we are geared for war. Or at least prepared for a fight. I understand these woods are filled with creatures that could hurt. Perhaps it'll be okay to carry them, but as well, if we're looking to have no sorts of eyes or ears in our direction, maybe only one of us or two of us should be wielding weapons.
Well, I only have this dagger, so... Anyone else want it?
You see Ribbon just put her hand up. I don't really need to have weapons on me, and I don't really have any to begin with, so I think I should be okay as well. You see Phoebe nods. Then I will be the one that has weapons, and you, Farahai. The rest of you can go as you are.
Okay. We can say you are protection, I mean... Have you seen what's in that desert? So... I don't think it's too crazy to say you geared up before coming here.
You see Ribbon is like smiling and laughing along, and the other two are just stone-faced.
As if they don't find that funny, or... like...
As if we were the ones who beat their ass in the desert.
Well, hopefully none of that on the return trip.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Well, can always stay with us while we're going back for extra protection. But Anyways, besides the point.
Phoebe will speak up. Joking aside, what if we come across a lone ranger, a lone huntsman? Should we try and question them?
What do you mean?
My methods can be very intrusive, and I can make sure that nothing is left behind. If you want to make sure that we are fully prepared, I can allow us that grace.
Elaborate?
I can probe their mind to find out what they know and thus what the town is prepared for. And then I can make it that our presence was never felt.
Are you sure? There won't be anything left behind.
Depends how much we wish to leave behind.
I don't know how much a lone ranger would know, but if we come across a post where only one guard is there, perhaps.
Then you give me the signal and I will do it.
What should be the signal?
Intent.
Okay.
Ribbon now is just like looking ahead, just like whistling out of the window. Of the door.
Just like, oh Jesus, this person is terrifying. All right. Well, we got that sorted. Keep in mind, they do also have abilities that mess with your mind. So be careful how you go about it. Whether it's stealing memories or temporary or permanent amnesia. Be careful.
She nods. Okay, well, you continue into the woods to find the outer wall. We're going to have a quick break, since we're about halfway through. We're going to have a quick 5-minute break to see where things go. We'll be coming back to see how the first team are getting along, and then we'll work our way backwards in a somewhat position sort of stance, first, second, third, to see what sort of rippling effects are left in the wake. We'll see how that turns out.
We go through the forest, every guard is dead.
There's just blood. It's just blood.
Just a trail of corpses.
And that's just letters written in blood.
Craig got hungry.
Uh-oh.
Craig got hungry.
Whoopsies.
Whoopsies.
Okay, we'll see you back in 5. Bye.
Bye bye.
Where did all that energy go, guys? Where did it? Where did it go?
What's energy?
With the fetus.
What are you talking about?
We definitely weren't going ready beforehand. Definitely not.
No.
Welcome back.
No.
We have returned from our break. So we will continue where we last left off with the team split into 3. Most of our party members have been split between them as well, meaning that we're going to see each one of their perspectives. Yay! So we'll start off with the people who first left. So that is Team Stealth, as they try and get closer to this city / town, whatever sort of place they're going to be getting into, as discreet as possible. Both Thorn, Fennell, as well as Yishi and Magna, the 4 of you have been traveling through the thicket, through different areas of where the forests have become slightly more thicker, just to kind of break line of sight in case anyone were to be looking around or patrolling where you guys currently are. Here, you come across a natural fortification, something that's been built up, a long destroyed, discarded, and forgotten about guard tower. You see it made out of the same wood as the general buildings, resources around you, made of that kind of. It's It's kind of like a oak tree, but the tree itself is like twisted and almost like bent into itself and comes into like different forms and patterns. Some of them create this almost like bend as if they create like the letter P, for example. Meanwhile, others kind of spiral out, and that twisting bark that seems to be several trunks put together spirals out and creates this almost like palm tree effect, if you will. So they're all very different in different sizes and different shapes and forms, but for the most part, they're all that sort of oak base of a tree. And that wood has been used here in this fortification. The reason it's so run down and broken apart, you can see it's just through old age, rot, deterioration. And do you wish to examine it any closer, or are you just going to be following where the mountains are? Because you know that's the place you need to be going.
I think we shouldn't take a risk, and we should inspect it just in case there might be hidden spies or something in there.
Yeah, I'm down to inspect it.
Okay. As the two of you head in, you see Yishi and Magna will stay around and just keep a patrol. One of them up into the air, the other one keeping low to the ground to hear anything that may be coming. But the two of you investigate this broken guard tower. I'd like the two of you to roll investigation checks, please.
Okay.
Lovely. Lovely. The two rogues are not the most perceptive, unfortunately. But you look around the discarded guard tower, and the building itself is probably about 15 feet high. It's nothing too impressive. It's just to get somewhat of a top-down view of the space. Trees have grown up in the surrounding area, so you can get the idea that this place has probably been abandoned for a few years at least, because they would leave a perimeter left open in case any sort of attacks were to come, and they will see it coming. The trees here represent that it's been forgotten and abandoned. What you find here is elements of rusted weaponry that have just been kind of left and forgotten about. You see rusted daggers, rusted swords, all mundane items. But I'd say one thing you do find is a trap kit, almost like one of these purposefully built to entangle and trap any sort of creatures that were to step on it. Just a bundle, like a ready-made kit that can be set up in quite quickly. That seems to be here, just left within the rubble that you come across. Apart from that, though, it's mainly just broken apart, disheveled elements of wood, and no signs of like bodies or skeletons or anything like that. It's all just forgotten about and broken. Is there anything else you want to do while you're here?
I don't think so. I haven't found anything, have you?
Just this, and she'll hold up the trap kit.
Okay, well, let's keep going then.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you head off, you see the panther-like tabaxi rush in beside you and puts their hand up to their lips. He just holds his hand. What do you do?
Yeah,
We'll say
be quiet.
Immediately crouch down, try and see where they came from. Maybe if they're just trying to be like, what the fuck's up? Without saying any words.
Roll a stealth check and an insight check as well.
Alright. I got this. Fuck yeah. And then insight.
Okay.
Why couldn't I use that? I'm a fucking nut. Never mind.
Fennel, if you could also roll a stealth check, and if you are trying to insight Magna, you can roll one of those as well.
No, I'm not going to insight Magna.
Okay.
That's stealth. 31.
I hate you.
Okay.
You're my worst enemy.
The
You will die by my hands.
The two of you grow eerily quiet, and you just hold your positions. There's no sounds in the forest that you can hear. It is quiet. The sun has begun to kind of edge over the horizon. It's dropping, but the rest of your party are going to be traveling within the darkness. You guys still have a bit of sunlight to shine down. Looking and holding your position, you do not hear anything within this broken down building, but use it as cover to hide from whatever may be out there. You see Magna kind of gingerly walks around you and tries to look through several of the holes within this broken down fortification to see if he can peer through. He's clearly looking for something outside of this small building that's disheveled. He keeps looking, he doesn't seem to find it. Do you guys do anything?
Can we also look?
Okay, you can do if you want. Are you going to be looking through the rubble, or are you going to try and look elsewhere?
Do I know what's got him so, like, riled?
You can see
Was it
he's
something from
not-
outside, or?
You can see he's not riled. From what you can tell, it's almost like he is alerted to the presence of something in the area and has instantly ran to you guys to inform you to be quiet and just to listen out for a second.
Okay.
Yushi is not
So-
with him, but she went up into the sky, so...
Okay, good. Thorn's gonna try and look around the area, I guess, and try and see if she can spot Yishi, even though she's probably hiding.
Okay. You can roll a perception check.
Okay.
Okay. Looking back towards the trees that don't really have leaves on them, they're basically just branches at this point. You look up and you can see Yushi hiding between the folds of two of them that kind of wind together. And you see she's gone dim and clearly looking directly in front of the rubble past where you guys are. From her visual standpoint, it's probably 60 odd feet away from you currently, but she seems to be trained on one thing in particular.
Okay. I want to look to see where she's looking. At the rubble, yeah?
It seems to be past the rubble
Okay.
where you're currently hiding through.
Alright, I'll try and follow her eye line as best I can.
Okay, roll another perception check at advantage this time.
Yay, I like advantage.
All right.
Hell yeah.
You turn around and seemingly trying to find the same holes that Magna's trying to look through to see it past this wall, basically, that surrounds you. You find one, and you can see on the other side of it trees, about 4 of them, located in different areas, and a light that seems to shine and glide between them. The shape that glides has this blue sort of soft halo of light that surrounds them, but their form is quite gnarled and twisted. You can see their arm is almost like bent backwards and grabbing onto the tree and almost using it to hook themselves around. Another arm uses the other one to kind of keep it steady. You can roll a insight or arcana check. Depending on which one you do, you'll get a different result.
Well, one is really better than the other, so I'll do insight.
Okay. As this creature is almost shambling through this space, you can see there's not quite a humanoid that's there, even though there are some elements of them that seem humanoid-esque. They've got arms, legs, they've got a torso, they've got a head. There are parts of it that almost like sunken into themselves, as though like the neck is non-existent, so the head is just part of the top end of the body. The arms are almost lower into the abdomen than they should be, where they should be on higher. Let alone are the arms all bent and twisted in different forms. But this thing as well has an eye in the center of its chest that is bigger than the eyes that it has in the top of its face, or at least some form of a face. And it just continues to move through.
Cool. That's awful. I will bring it to everybody's attention. Not saying anything, just kind of like in the direction. Is it close to Yishi, or
No, Yishi's
going in her
the
direction?
opposite direction.
Yeah.
It seems to be going away
Okay.
from you.
Good. Okay. Yeah, I'll just point it out to the others. Just be like, yeah, there's a freaky thing right there. I don't know what it does, but it's scary.
Fennel, you hear this. Just this whistle in your head. It goes from a high pitched to a lower register. It lasts for 2 seconds, and you just kind of hear it in your ears perk up, and you begin to look around to try and hear what it came from. Thorn, you notice this creature turn and look further into the forest and begin to move towards it. You don't hear the sound.
Okay.
Do I notice that it's a sound that's only in my head?
You don't see anyone else react to it,
Okay.
and it's quite loud. It was enough
Do
to
I-
kind of
do I-
startle you in the way.
And I don't recognize it in any way.
Doesn't seem to be familiar.
I want to listen out, see if I can hear it.
Okay. Can you roll a perception check?
7.
God damn it.
You try and listen and look out, but you can't see or hear that sound anymore. It was just 2 seconds and it stopped, and you don't know where it came from.
Do I
In that case,
notice that? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'll just hold where I am, just keeping an eye on Thorn, looking for a signal for when it's either clear or if we're going in or whatever.
He can see the creature, right?
He's not looked out. It's just been you that's looked for the creature.
Right. Okay. So only, at the moment, only Yishi and I are looking at this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then it just goes into the woods and you lose sight of it. Even the halo of light that surrounds it just becomes like a faint distant and gone completely.
Super cool, super cool. Yeah, I'm gonna tell everybody what's going on and that there's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that there could be more. But we don't know.
Okay. Yishi eventually gives you the all clear to say that the thing's gone, at least from view. But Magna just looks around. I do not know what that was, but it seemed to be originating from the northwestern side. It just appeared. I don't know how, but it was just there. No signs of it beforehand.
Okay, cool.
Maybe an well. Go ahead.
I didn't see it, but I heard a whistle. Did anyone else hear a whistle?
No.
No. No, we didn't.
Oh, great. Okay. I'm hearing things now.
This is a strange question, DM, but do I get the feeling that we're being watched, or can I try and... I know I have no technically arcane abilities to see or sense, but...
Sure,
like...
you can roll an Arcana check or Perception.
I'll roll Perception, because I'm really good at that.
Okay.
Like I said.
26. Looking around, having a sense of the sort of state that your group's in at the moment. You haven't been detected and you don't think you're being seen or looked at. You feel confident in that. This place is long abandoned. You'd be surprised if anyone were to be coming in this area at all.
Yeah, this is incredibly strange, but it's probably a scout or some sort of creature that we just don't know about. So we just have to be careful. Extra careful.
Well, might be worth warning the group
Well,
that
they're
things
not
are
really
appearing at this point.
taking this way though. But I agree.
Just to warn them. Like, if things are appearing out of thin air, and there's weird creatures, who's to say it's just on our path?
We also don't know if it can listen to our... Just send the message.
How many times can they use a sending stone?
Once, unless otherwise.
Yeah. I've already used mine today.
Okay, I guess I'll use mine.
Who do you contact?
That's a good question. So Sienna's with the distraction team, Ben's with the
Yes.
charm team.
You know the people
I mean-
behind you are going to be distraction.
Right. Okay. So I'll contact Sienna. Be on your guard. Strange things are appearing. Don't know if it's just one or multiple. Please be safe. And then that's it.
Okay. Sienna, you are about to head into the forest as you receive this message.
Oh. All right. Thanks for letting us know. We'll be careful. Love you.
Oh. Yeah, Thorn will just say they know, so
You
hopefully
can't reply.
nothing.
You
What?
can't reply.
Yeah.
Oh
And
dang!
that was my reply to you, so
Mhm,
you
mhm.
can't reply.
I know. I'm telling the rest of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking to Anel in the group. I'll
You're not
say,
allowed to do that.
Only talk to me.
Yeah.
well, then nothing will get done.
Wow.
Yeah, Thorn's gonna say to Fennel, they know, so hopefully they'll be careful.
Great. Alright, well, hopefully we don't see that thing again. We got other things to take care of, unfortunately, right now, anyway.
Yishi will speak up. I've been looking ahead slightly. I can see the wall. The I think it's the fence located around the borders. I've spotted a few people standing across it. Seems to be guarded. We can either go around that way or we can try up the mountain. There's some areas of it that aren't seen and protected. It depends how careful we want to be.
Thorn's gonna look at Fennel. Do you think that's safe with, that buzzing or whatever?
I think we've got much of a choice at the moment. I think we just have to keep going. Keep an eye out.
Is there a chance, because I still have that sniper rifle. Is there a chance, like, no, listen, I'm from here, can I see the wall, like, with that?
With all of the kind of trees in the way, you'd need to climb up to a tree to get the vantage point, because this guard tower is slightly crooked and broken down, so you need to climb where Yishi is, but she can take you up.
Yeah. I just ask her to take me up a little just so we can see.
You see she flies down beside you, that sort of well of gravity that just carries over through her into you and gives you the ability to fly up, and you just join her with your scope in hand, just looking ahead. Can you roll a perception check at advantage as you're looking?
Yay, I love
straight
perception
ahead?
checks. Damn.
27. Okay. You can see more than what Yishi could see before. There is two other options that are presented that she could not see before. So you see that large gate, the sort of wooden fortification that surrounds this town. You can see the town itself in varying positions of height, and you can see that mountain, the two mountains behind it, both with their own entrances, where people seem to walk in and back to probably reach the other side where Siftos proper, the city itself, actually resides. But for you at the moment, you're focused on the perimeter. There are currently people walking along the wall. There are people, other stations, other guard towers that are manned, and they do have people on them. Until you get there, there's probably about 25 people, 5 guard towers that stand between where you are and where you want to be going. But within that space, by that wall, you can see there is an area that is currently under repairs and has this sort of open space that you could probably crawl through without much difficulty. But also, you can spot on the far left-hand side, up the mountain, you see the person that you saw last night. You see Siltand walking and climbing up the side of the mountain, almost on a sheer cliff, as they're just making their way around over the broken, rocky hillside. You're muted.
Fuck, sorry.
You're
Does that path look specifically like the group of us could travel it, or is it just crazy Horrivan, Silton strength?
It looks like it is possible. If they can do it, you could probably as well, but it is a bit more precarious. The surrounding area where the mountains are, the town would be coastal if it weren't for the jagged rocks, the broken elements of stone, the basically drop of death around the coastline. From what you can gather, looking at the topography, it looks like there was probably a large chunk of this mountain that was blown out and destroyed and has left remnants of shards and kind of pointed edges just down in this roiling sea. So it's not the safest route, and not typically trekked. So that's probably why they've gone that way, to avoid everyone.
Yeah. Okay, I'll tell Yushi to flash back down, and I'll inform the group of the different pathways where we can either sneak through the wall, or we can follow Siltand, or we can just go up the mountain straight up.
Okay. Maybe let's try to do what Silton did.
I agree.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if necessary, we can use Yishi's ability to fly and get around any sort of precarious areas.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Exactly.
Okay, how are we going to stay undetected? You said there are quite a few people in between us and there. Are we just trying to sneak by? Or is this a point where we may need distraction to come in?
It's a good question.
Did you see a lot of ways that we could sneak past people?
There's at least 25 people up there.
But not so many around where the wall's broken.
Yes, correct, DM?
Correct.
Yeah.
Is there cover along the way?
How dense is the forest? Is it like...
Not as much. It kind of opens up in several areas, especially around these guard posts. But they still have trees surrounding the area. It's just more barren.
Right. Which baron are you talking about? No. Do we know how far away the distraction team is? They're like an hour or so behind us?
You're unsure.
Or we can't tell.
You're unsure. Yeah. You went the harder route to hide yourselves. So with looking at how long it probably would have taken them, depending if they ran into any complications, perhaps they are an hour, 2 hours behind you, just through the general catch-up and traveling by horse rather than by foot.
I think it would be good for us to wait at least 30 minutes and then try and go ourselves, just to still have a few feet ahead of the distraction team, just so we can tell them things if we need to.
Surely. What do you mean wait for half an hour?
Because I don't know how far they are behind. I'm just saying we take a break. We've been walking for a while. Rest up if we need to. Get ready, get prepared mentally. And then maybe follow the path to Siltend.
Well, let's get a little bit closer. Let's try and get eyes on the broken bit of wall, and then see how we feel.
Okay.
All right. Then I'll ask the both of you to roll survival or stealth checks.
Gee, I wonder what we're gonna roll.
I wonder what you guys are rolling.
Oh,
Wow.
Damn it.
Wow. Okay. I will also roll for the other two.
Okay.
We'll see how they fare.
Oh! No!
oh no.
So,
They have modifiers!
so let's get this straight. Frey,
Oh,
you rolled a
no.
natural 3. Thorn,
Yeah.
Cassie, you rolled a natural 2. And then these two guys rolled a nat 3 and a nat 4. You sure you guys didn't want to be the distraction team?
We probably should have been. Oh my
We might end
god.
up being this at this rate.
Because you are being careful, you don't get caught altogether. It just means you are slightly unlucky. Trying to get closer to get a better view of this other entranceway into the town looks a bit more precarious. You can't get a good line of sight or a good gauge of how many people are stationed within that space. You would have to get quite close to the point where you'd probably get detected, unless something was combined together to give you that entranceway to almost guarantee your safety if you were to be sneaking in. Now, one thing to bear in mind as well is that this town has no sort of mages. This place in particular, the borders, they don't have any magic. It's not something you've seen here. It's all practical. It's all mundane weaponry. So the possibility of even sneaking in through some sort of invisibility is very probable.
Counterpoint, I still have 2 more pepper bombs.
That's also possible.
No.
No.
I'm saving it. But not all of us can be invisible, can we? Because I can't be invisible.
No,
I can.
Nor can them too, but I know Frey can.
Cool.
God, guys, why can't you guys also turn invisible?
So how are we
Okay.
feeling with this?
It looks quite precarious. If I were to choose between the hole in the fence or the wall, I would go for the wall. I can climb quite easily, and we have Ishi. But if we aren't careful and they do hear us, we will be spotted fairly plain sight. There is nothing to hide there. It is just a flat surface.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of up for the wall as well, to be honest. I'm able to fly as well in case of a emergency.
Yeah. I think we should just go for the wall and hope for the best.
They all agree. You navigate your way to the coastline, and it is this instant drop. There's no like slow sort of descent into a sandy beach or a coastal sort of delight. It is just sheer drop, and then the waves just crashing up against it. There are elements of stalagmites that are raising out of the ground that were from discarded elements of rock from the mountain that has been destroyed many, many moons ago, and as well any sort of dangers and sunderings that this ground has had previously to that, or post as well. It is a graveyard down below, and you can see there are several ships that have probably navigated past this area and have unfortunately been caught up by the tide and smashed into the side of the rocks, just left there barren and wasteland down below. But you can see the rock face to your right. It's sheer. There is a bit of a wind kicking it up, but it's doable. And you know, especially Thorn, which way Siltent had gone, so you can try and follow that path if you want to.
Yeah, I'll lead them towards the path to Siltend as best I can.
You walk up to the first sort of area to grab onto if you were to climb, and you just hear that just smash of wave, the spray just hitting against the side of the mountain and causing it to look oily and slippery. Not a easy looking feat, but a potable one.
I think Thorn looks at the crashing waves and everything maybe a little bit too long before she snaps out of it and just I want to say she doesn't fully turn into a were-tiger form, but her arms do, so it could maybe get her better climbing, if
Sure.
that's possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gain a climbing speed.
Yeah.
If you have a climbing speed, there is no roll needed to climb against the surface, yet there may still be complications that happen throughout.
Yes, let me check just in case, but I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah, I would think so as well. Meanwhile, you see Yishi goes up to you, Fennel. Would you like me to take you? I can fly both of us.
Sure. Why not? Only if
Well,
no
he
one
can
else
fly.
needs
He
any
can
help.
fly by himself.
I could if I needed to.
Is it a one-time thing, or is it?
Unless Magna needs help.
You see Magna with its claws out does the same as Thorn as they begin to climb and position themselves to go across the mountain.
Okay. Well, yeah. In that case, yeah, I'd like to go up with you. Although if either of them slip or need any help, don't be afraid to let go of me and catch them.
Okay. We'll try and stay together then and see what happens. You basically hover beside the mountain Fennel alongside Yishi as you are just trying to hold a bit of a distance and to catch them if any of them were to try and slip or drop. That spray just constantly covering you as you are just being kind of pelted here. Both Thorn and Magna, two of you at some points do slip or do have kind of difficulty as your vision is being blurred, having to push away that salty water away from your eyes. It stings, and you are just using all of your strength possible to dig into this rocky surface and climb over and around. Fennel, since you have a bit more of a bird's eye view against this mountain, I'd like you to roll a survival or perception check.
Perception. Let's keep going with perception because that's what I've been trying to roll well in. 19.
Okay. Taking a moment of pulling back alongside Yishi to see the sort of course that they have to navigate, you can spot there are several caves or holes in the mountain's surface where you could probably get them to go into. Now, there are 3. And looking at them just from this visual standpoint, you wouldn't have an idea of where Siltent had gone. But there are 3 ways for them to enter this mountain, as well as yourself.
I guess, seeing as Thorn has seen the path Silton took, or rather, Fennel will go up to Thorn and, well, ask Yuchi to bring him up to Thorn and just say, there's 3 caves up ahead. Did you see which one Sultan took?
She's literally fighting for her life, gripping onto this fucking side of the mountain. I'm kind of busy at the moment!
I mean, it's a one-word answer, left, right, or center.
Fucking... Did I see, or did I? They were going to a certain
Roll
cave,
a
or were they
history
just
check
climbing?
to see if you
Oh,
could
fucking
tell.
Christ. Okay, history. That'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay. Two of them, it could be, from the vantage point that you can tell. The higher one and the middle one. It definitely wasn't the lower one. They were on the sort of same path as you at the moment, heading upwards. But it could be either the middle or the top.
I'll just yell back middle or high. I can't remember.
Okay.
Frey, could you roll a d2, please? And
What?
declare one of them for me. What do you want?
Two.
Okay.
It's not the dagger.
For now, for some reason, you're like, has to be the middle. Has to be.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's go for the middle one then. It's closer. It's less likely to be a problem, and I like the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah,
And then
they'll
he'll,
go for the middle.
But Yushi, can you bring me up, and then maybe you can help them on the way up?
Yeah, of course. And she begins to fly you into the cave. The two of you just left there, both Thorn and Magna, trying to like catch their breath, wiping away their brow, not knowing if it's sweat or seawater. Could you roll a Constitution saving throw, Thorn?
Sure. Why not?
DC is 13.
I thought you were about to say 30. I was about to leave.
No. Just on the money.
That could
You
have been dangerous.
We'll see what Magna rolls. He's fine as well.
Okay.
The two of you take a moment to breathe as that wind is just constantly hitting you into the rocky surface. So you're having to like almost push yourself off whilst also trying to keep as close as you can so you don't lose grip. It's kind of that constant fight back and forth, and it's just wearing your stamina down. But you have enough in you to finish the rest of this climb. If it wasn't for your climbing speed, you'd probably not even be able to achieve this, if not for some help. So you continue around. Fennel, you are dropped into the cave. You look around for a moment. Do you have dark vision? I always forget. I think so. No?
Pretty sure I do.
Pretty sure you do as well. Being a
Yeah, I
traitor.
do.
Okay.
Up to 60 feet.
Looking around into this cave, it's quite thin, quite small. It doesn't look like it's purposefully caved out or anything like that. It's just an entranceway that has naturally formed, probably from erosion. It's quite slippery. It's seen a lot of seawater just kind of coat the bottom. So it is almost like a tube. So as you stand in there, you have to almost hold yourself against the wall so you don't slip. So you notice that straight away. But looking down, it just seems to descend into this kind of taking lefts and rights, and you kind of lose vision of anything further down.
Okay. He won't go any further. He'll make sure he's secure and just wait for the others to get up.
Okay. Thorn, Magna, the two of you make your way around, and as well with the aid of Yishi there, in case you were to fall, you make it to the central cave system where Fennel is waiting. All of you kind of a bit out of breath. Fennel less so. You are just
What took
kind
you
of-
guys so long? It's like Thorn's just like holding herself back.
Well, the three of you arrived. What do you end up doing as the four now? Do you wait for a moment or do you head in?
We can wait for a moment, unless we're gung ho on let's just fucking go. It's up to Fennel. He's the leader.
Yep.
The risk taker is the leader.
If you guys are ready, if you guys got your breath back, then yeah, we'll keep going. Just be careful, it's still slippery here.
Oh, is it?
Hey, I said still.
But yeah, I think just like a little break and then we keep going.
Okay. You have a little moment to yourselves before you continue to descend into this cave. Meanwhile, we'll jump over to the other group, the second in this line, Team Distraction. Sienna, you have been in the cart alongside the rest of your troop, traveling through now this twisted woodland. You can see everyone is alert, looking around. Some of them have gone off the cart and begin walking around outside to almost fan out to make sure that the cart itself is well protected if anything were to come into view. I'd like you to roll a perception check at advantage as well.
The advantage is not going to help a lot, but sure.
Snow Bear is going to give you, since he is with you now,
15.
you are going to have a D10 if you wish to roll it for this.
No. But
Okay.
wait, is it a bardic or?
It's not a bardic, it's just his ability that he has, so he can constantly give the
damn.
D10s.
Damn, sure. 23.
Okay. With a 23, you see the group is fanned out with only a couple of you in the cart, still making sure that everything is fine. A couple of people begin to shout back that they see signs of civilization ahead. There isn't necessarily entrance ways or anything marking which way to go. To come to this place in the first place, you got to know this woodland, or you just stumble upon it by accident. Those are the only two options here. But as you're with the rest of this troop, there shouldn't be any sort of animals around you, because with the presence so large that you have, they typically flock away or go in the opposite direction. But there's one that's just lingering in the trees. This strange-looking amalgamation of a creature that is rodent in sort of how it looks and comes across. You see it hangs upside down on one of these branches and looks in your direction and everyone else's. Its body is long and it looks almost silky with its slight bit of fur that it has. But you can see that it clearly has wings. And it's looking at you with almost a bit more of an intelligence than any sort of random creature here. For you in particular, because you do have expertise or proficiency in land animals, I believe so, no? Does Sienna have land vehicles?
No.
I thought you got it with your wyvern.
If I did, you didn't mention it.
Okay, well, you don't then. Then don't mind.
I mean, wait, let me check the downtime wording, but I really don't think. Wait. Sienna. Where is it?
Do air vehicles or?
It's air vehicle.
Can you
Where
fly a
is
plane?
there?
Can you fly a biplane? We need to know
You
this.
walk around with a wyvern, you fly around with one.
That is very accurate.
You could pull a cart with wings.
No, it doesn't.
Nothing.
You didn't say anything about
Okay.
gaining anything.
Can you roll an animal handling check then?
I sure can.
Boy, Duncan, behave.
Oh, 17.
Wait,
Duncan is not with
7
me.
card.
Duncan is not
You're
with
right.
me.
You're right,
You-
friend.
You see, as you've spent time with garrisons, you've spent time with people who have worked alongside animals as a guardian or as almost like this symbiotic bond between master and pet. There is something behind this creature in particular that does seem to have that same bond. This is someone that's trained this creature before. For what this creature is, it looks to be an amalgamation of a bat, but as well a weasel.
Oh. Just because she's curious, she's gonna make a little thrilling sound that she'd also make to call her own wyvern, just to see if this creature maybe responds similarly to a calling signal or word.
You see its bat-like ears do kind of perk up to hearing it, but then it just flies off.
Okay. She's gonna register it. Remember it.
Okay.
Okay.
Continuing through, eventually your troop is seen by several people that just appear from the woods, hiding within plain sight, but from your vantage point, you didn't see them because you weren't looking around. Members of your group begin to put their hands up. We mean no harm. We're fine. Don't worry about us. They put their hands up, and you can see it looks like hunters of some kind are beginning to step through. They are wearing different sorts of weapons and gear, but all of it is quite disheveled in how it presents itself. Some of it is clean and well presented, but you can see that you have a lot of use and several cuts, scratches, elements of them that are bent and have seen a lot of wear and tear. But they all kind of begin to surround your troop. Humans, dwarves, elves, gnomes as well, and the odd goblin here or there just kind of poke out with blades and weapons. What are you doing in these woods?
Hi. We're looking for Siftos. I hope we're close. We've been on the road quite a long while, so...
You see one of them steps forward, a goblin, male, probably in his late 40s or so, jagged sort of cuts and bruises across their face, long pointed ears, greenish of skin, their hair slightly ruddy and red in tint, begins to step forward, looking up at the group of you.
You wish to go to Siftos?
Yeah.
Why?
A friend of ours lives there, and we wanted to visit.
Do you have deeds?
No.
Your friend did not tell you about the rules.
Did Mobius mention anything about deeds?
No?
No. I'm afraid this is our first time to the city, and our friend isn't a resident there. So maybe, well, I think he's been living there for a few years, but it's more of a recent thing.
You hear one of the other guards from behind. John! There's more of them coming!
This is no place to talk. Come! We'll take you into the borders.
And you see he begins to shamble ahead. He lets out a small signal to everyone, and all of these different guards members now begin to hustle in and place themselves tight around your group, almost kind of pinning you in this formation so none of you escape, as they are just escorting you into the city itself. You see John, this goblin who was addressed to you before, turns to the rest of you.
Well, if it's Siftos you want to go into, good luck. Not many go in there.
Thanks. You're making it sound very ominous. Is it dangerous to go into the city?
Not many have the privilege to go in, not even us.
Oh, okay. Well, how does one get permission to go in?
A deed. Were you not listening before?
No, I was. You just didn't really explain what that means.
What the fuck is that? You see Alison look over, and coming from one of the tree lines, you see 5 of these grotesque-looking creatures, similar description to what was seen by the group in front of you, but this time they all look different from one another. Some of them have like elements of bone and chest poking out in different areas, as well as ligaments that seem longer and more curled in some areas, warped and bent. They all begin to shamble and pull themselves free. Again, not all of them looking humanoid in nature, some of them looking more monstrous and beast-like. None of them seem to follow a sort of pattern in terms of how they look, but they're all beginning to shamble their way forward through the forest line. You can see all of these guards here begin to position themselves in a way that they create this buffer between you and them, and you see Jorn just continues to usher you guys forward towards the fence that surrounds the borders. With the appearance of these halo-like creatures, they no longer use their physical weapons. Instead, you see them pull out bows and crossbows and begin to pull on this string that is attached to them. which begins to almost have this effervescent glow in a similar form that this sort of angelic glow that these creatures have. And you see them begin to fire arrows into them, which seem to embed and slow them down, but they still shamble forward as if the damage that they've taken is nothing to them.
Are they dangerous? Should we help?
Yes, they are very dangerous. No, you cannot help. Keep going.
You don't have to tell me twice. You see Allison just hit the reins as you just keep going in as close as you can. For a moment, Sienna, you see perhaps 8 of these creatures beginning to appear, just glows in the distance, just appearing behind trees and moving into this position as the guards are just left there to defend for themselves, as the rest of you are brought in towards the gate. The gate is open wide for you to enter, as there are several guard towers stationed. You see Jorn look at them, gesture backwards as they begin to head down on foot, pulling out weapons as well to join in the fight alongside their compatriots. But you begin to enter the town proper. Whilst that's going on, we'll focus on the third troop. Ven and Mobius, the 2 of you, alongside the others that you are with, are trailing and approaching the woodland. Is there anything that you guys are doing whilst you are traveling in this direction?
Keeping an eye out. Going over everyone's roles in this rescue an elderly man team.
Mm-hmm. They all begin to lock in to the storyline you're trying to weave here. How about for Mobius?
Also, just like keeping, maybe like has stepped out of the cart and is just like at the rear, just, you know, making sure that if anything happens, he can act first without, like, you know, having to rely on Ven, who is driving the fucking thing. And
Then would also put away any memory orbs into the pocket plane range, just so they're not at least detectable on him, per se.
You try to enter the pocket plane. Dung. Nothing.
Well, you're going with us a kiss, I guess. Like, as in, it's because this place is fucked up. Because
You
okay.
get the point that you've reached close enough where conjuration, including any sort of planar energies, any hidden pocket planes are now closed and cannot be accessed.
Right.
mm,
Okay. Well, it was probably only a kiss anyway, so is there anything to do?
need to do a orb.
What the fuck? Like, he already wasn't fucking pissed at me for just keeping him in my pocket. Hell no.
Desperate times, man.
Maybe hide the stone he uses to talk to Mark.
Okay.
Just put it away somewhere, like bottom of the backpack sort of thing.
Yeah.
Including with the orb. That's a... Wait. Hello, Discord Melody, check in. Are you with us?
They're there.
Okay, so they're not affected by this. Ven's gonna speak to them in their head, though.
Okay. They don't really speak in your head. They do have to appear for dialogue.
Okay. Ow, one moment. Get off me! You'll let them appear before we get any closer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how safe it will be for you to appear anywhere in the city, so thought we might as well have a chat before we get there.
Understandable.
How are you feeling about this whole plan?
Well, somewhat anxious. But the both of us both feel your emotions as well. We feel your anxiety, but we also realize that you're very capable at getting the job done. So even though there is a hint of anxiety, it is washed away by a declaration of intent to win.
To save people.
As you always have done.
Yeah, sure.
You saved Mark, you saved your hometown. That was always the intent. No matter what was necessary to get there, you did it.
I just hope I'm doing the right thing.
Well, none of us can truly know what the right thing is. There's always a catch.
I guess, but things are kind of already going a bit off track, and hopefully no more of that.
Melody will speak up. Indeed, hopefully not. But I'm less worried about us, and I'm more fixated on your friend.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
The one that's currently outside of this cart. Mobius.
Okay, because that was also not narrowing it down.
I didn't think it was that difficult. Clearly they're the ones in danger here, not the rest of us. This is supposedly their home, where they come from, yet they still don't truly understand who they are.
Well,
There may be revelations they are not going to be too happy about.
I've been thinking about it. The fact that he was made by her. I'm just worried that she'll try to somehow use him against us and he won't be able to forgive himself for it. I don't think he's fully processed that he was made by her yet.
And what will we do if the worst option presents itself?
That being,
They are controlled, and they do have intent to kill us.
knock them out and deal with her first, I suppose. Best case scenario, they go back to normal after she's gone. Worst case, keep them contained somewhere till we figure out a way to bring them back, remove her influence. There's talented people. I think he mentioned somebody called Zero. I'm not too knowledgeable on Warforged, but I'm sure he would find a way.
I will make it very clear, then, if they lay a finger on you and there's no other option, I hope you'll be all right with that.
If there is no other option.
And as we near the Soothsaying Nimbus, what do we do then? Do you think you're ready to confront them?
all of them? I don't know.
We may not have a choice. So I hope you come to a decision soon.
I don't want them to hurt anyone else. For some time I thought maybe in their heads they're doing this for some kind of greater good, but the fact that they allied with her and knowing what she did to other people, there's lines that just can't be crossed.
Then let us cross out her line, then. And the rest of them. Whether it's now or later. Let's put an oath to it.
That brings back memories.
It does. But we are past that now.
If we get the chance, I'll gladly get rid of them. But not at the risk of anyone's lives.
We will do our best.
Apparently you're pretty scary. According to a certain someone.
Oh, darling. You've only seen a little bit.
Is that a promise I'll see more, or...?
It's something I don't want you to see. Our methods can be very effective.
Well, I won't probe any further. Just... you'll know when I'm ready to deal with them.
We will. And we'll be there with you every step of the way.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, Mobius, you exit the cart to look around the surroundings. And you can feel the same ground that you'd walked upon a while ago when you first left the town. You're remembering all of the moments that you've had. You remember stepping through this woodland alongside your friends. But there's this lingering sensation to your right, away from the wall, away from the borders, that isn't calling to, but is reminiscent.
Mm-hmm.
When you look down, it's just a dark woodland like the rest of the surroundings. There's nothing that stands out.
Do I know what might be in that direction?
You can roll an insight check.
Insight check. Let's go.
13. You're unsure because you've been through these woods several times before. What's there? You can't quite pinpoint. But for some reason, you're remembering ascending.
Uh-huh. Wait. Did you say like ascending, like or like ascending, like?
Just a vertical motion.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's
Totally normal thing.
mildly uncomfortable. Kind of just like chalks it up to nerves because with everything like just going through his mind, remembering everything, he's just like I'm coming up with scenarios and being paranoid. I should just like focus on the present and keeping the people inside of the cart safe and whatever that feeling was, I'll just ignore it. And if it happens at another time, I will,
Can you roll a perception check as well? 13. Is it lucky? Is it unlucky? Hard to tell.
I'm gonna fucking reroll that. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't gaff. Perception. Ooh.
Is this with the plus 10? Or is this...
Yeah, it's the fucking plus 10.
So 31.
Jesus Christ.
In that sort of like dazed sense, looking in the area that you have this feeling from, you can see there's someone there. You can see there's someone currently walking behind a tree and hasn't noticed that you've noticed them, but they've certainly noticed you. And they're just currently like watching the cart. You've taken a step back, so you aren't in line of sight of them, because they're not looking for you, they're just looking at your group. They're maybe about 50, 60 feet away from you, as they're just hiding, looking down. They seem feminine. Long sort of hair draped past their shoulders. Crouched down.
Is that everything I can see from this person?
You can take a bit of a walk around if you want to see more, but it will be at the cost of a stealth check.
Okay. Wait, before I say okay, how bad can it actually be?
I can't remember that. Oh wow, it must have been the wind.
Maybe they're friendly. You know, maybe they're friendly. Couldn't hurt to try.
There is one person still involved in this that we don't know their whereabouts, who is friendly.
Possibly. Possibly.
Okay, wait. I'm going to do... Okay. How the fuck? They haven't noticed me yet, right?
They have not.
I'm gonna send Bob to, like, basically point this person out to vet, like, just something along those lines.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna sneak.
Okay. Can you roll a... We won't say anything just yet. Bob flies over towards the cart, enters the cart, and begins to describe what they do. What does Bob do?
Kind of because Bob is like nonverbal, I suppose. He kind of just like struts up to Van and does this like big ol' act of like nuzzling into their lap, acting like just a normal
Aw.
animal, and then does this like dramatic stretching out, but the paws kind of are kind of like an arrow, like obviously like pointing somewhere, and just very intently staring at Ben, like look over here.
Looks in the direction slowly.
Can
Still
you roll a
patting
sleight of
Bob.
hand check to see how well this is for Ven?
Yes.
This is for Ven.
Oh, okay.
To see how well they
Sure.
can look over without drawing attention.
Like that, sure, 22.
Okay. You take a peek over in the direction, kind of a bit playful, and as you turn your head over, you can see that there is someone crouched down behind a tree, just currently
Oh, that
looking
is
ahead.
fucking terrifying. Can I see who?
This is a quick glance, so this is basically you
Uh.
making sure that the suspicion is correct.
I don't look directly at them. I look like
Mhm.
slightly diagonal from them and from my peripheral vision. Do I see any like familiar?
Roll a perception check at disadvantage,
Yeah, sure.
because they are a distance away, so using peripheral is going to be very difficult.
Oh,
It's not
damn.
high enough, unfortunately.
But do
'cause
I
you're-
notice any like of
You
their
s-
traits?
You would see what looks like someone hiding much of their sort of person. They have clothing which resembles the foliage of this space, so quite muted grey colours for their clothing. Someone trying to blend in with nature, even though there's very little of it around. They seem to be equipped with something, a weapon of some kind, but they are trying to keep silent, and you don't notice anyone else in their direction either. Mobius, you're using that moment to like walk around. Can you roll a stealth check, please?
Yes, sir. Gods, if you exist.
Way.
Oh,
Jesus, all of these rolls.
That was a
Um,
19 too.
You sneak around as quiet as you can. How close do you want to get? We'll say there's a threshold of 20 feet from the closest you can get to them before they start noticing you. Do you want to be further back from that? Do you want to be closer? If you want to break that distance, that will mean you lose your stealth altogether. What do you want to do?
I want to say like 10 feet.
Okay.
Like within 10 feet. Just, to give me enough to maybe try to see if I can recognize if this is maybe some sort of scout or a guard from the city, like anything I can tell from this person, but still.
As you are getting closer, you begin to notice the same sort of clothing attire that would be from the town itself. But because of your like good eyes and the element of surprise you have here, all of the equipment they seem to have on them seems to be mismatched to what they have. Like the cloak that they're wearing is slightly bigger than their frame. The weapons that they've got at their side seem to be used and not necessarily used correctly. But as you do begin to get closer, you do notice that they will be caught your attention, basically. They'll know you're there. So as soon as you make it within that 10 feet space of them, they turn and you see this sort of like cut sort of jawline, feminine figure with human sort of look to them, yet their skin is a little bit paler than kind of most humans. It's less pale and more grayed out. Her eyes are kind of a soft sort of yellow color. And you see she's just kind of looking up at you. Her hair is like a darker crimson, almost going into purples. And she just kind of like looks at you, pulls out a weapon.
Easy now. You were watching us first. I just wanted to see what this was about.
Ben, you spot that Mobius is now within their space.
Oh boy. Gonna slowly bring the cart to a stop. Not like immediate, so the person doesn't like hear the like sudden stop. And is gonna be ready to what's the distance between us?
Between you and them, it's been kind of growing as it was pointed out, and you kept going in a sort of steady direction. You're probably about 70 feet from them at this point.
Ven's gonna peek behind into the cart. We have possible company. Unsure if it's friendly. Stay here for a moment. Watch the cart, and he's gonna.
Phoebe instantly steps out.
Damn it! Nobody fucking listens to me as he's just like stealthing over to just to be within 60, 50 feet of range.
Okay. Phoebe will follow to the same distance as you are, not get any closer. Not to agitate whoever Mobius is talking to, but she will whisper to you, "If you need me to subdue her, say the word."
We'll see how it goes. Hold on.
Mobius, you begin to communicate with her as she kind of has this, looks like it would be a dagger, but in fact it was a scimitar that's been broken by the blade, so it's kind of like a half scimitar at this point. Just gesturing it towards you. You see her eyes just like trained and focused. She doesn't say anything though.
Can you understand me?
Looks back to see that there are other people now exiting the cart. You see there is a bit of a panicked look to her now.
Can I insight?
Sure.
Just to see, like, is she scared of us? Is, like, what is up?
These fucking rolls, dude. What have you been smoking? What the hell have you guys been smoking? Have you got something with Forge, with Foundry that I don't know about?
Yeah, we did a secret promotion, and then
We bribed them on Instagram. All good.
I guess you'll never know.
Shit. Okay, I just have to give a disadvantage constantly.
No.
Wait.
Since I'll never know, can I trust you guys? With a 23, what are you inciting for specifically?
Well, considering this person is, at least for now, not speaking and is very, like, mismatched, to me it's giving, like, maybe they've lived inside this forest for a while. Maybe they're just, like, scavenging for supplies or something. Like, doesn't necessarily have to be hostile threat. So I just like, and seeing as she gets nervous or scared, like, with more people approaching, like, what that is all about, like.
Okay. We'll say that all of the thoughts that you had are correct. Everything that you assumed of this person is entirely correct. And the point to where you're unsure if they can understand you or not when you're speaking, there seems to be an understanding, but the lack of being able to respond back. And they're just kind of left there looking at you. As well, there's a difference to how they look, their vision, their visual perspective, when they look towards Ven and company in comparison to you. When they look at you, there is almost like a more... She's more gravitating to analyzing who you are, whilst almost disregarding the others in the sense of, more people. But then looking at you is almost like a, oh. They try and move around you, still somewhat hunched to the ground. They seem perhaps mid-20s. So they aren't young. They aren't overly young. But you can see that they've probably been in this landscape for quite a while. If not a few years, perhaps their entire life. But they continue to just move around you with the blade still drawn.
Mobius is just gonna keep turning with her, but just to keep her in his sight, and then kind of like still with like palms up, just kind of slowly sit down and like, guys, I really don't want to hurt you. In fact, maybe I can even help you.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh no. I'm scared. Jesus.
They lock eyes with you. And she looks over to the others by your side. And she just points at them.
They're okay. They're friendly as well.
She'll then hunch down closer to you and look at your whirring parts that are moving as you talk and sit there.
Have you never seen a warforged before?
At that point, they frown and look at you and just continue to examine.
I know, it's a little bit different, but look, kind of just like.
She places her hand onto your hand, and you see her thumb goes around the back of your palm, taps something, and your hand dislodges from your arm.
Oh. Okay, so maybe you have seen warforged before. Sorry for assuming. Are you hungry? Thirsty?
She continues to look over towards Van and Phoebe. Is there anything that you guys are doing watching this from afar?
Observing for now, but seemingly that she's not dangerous or like actively attacking. Van's gonna make themselves more known as if they're not hiding, like less ready to attack, I guess, more. Hey, I'm here.
One thing to consider for your troop is that the sun is now setting completely. Darkness will be coming into full effect. You have maybe an hour until you reach the town, but you need sunlight because there's no light along the path.
Well, actually, I have dark nugget. Okay. Approach slowly.
As soon as you begin to
Still
step
glim-
closer, she instantly acts up.
Wait, I just want to talk to my friend.
Looks towards Mobius.
Just like nods and turns to Ben and Phoebe. It kind of basically, I just think she's been here for really long time.
What
She-
happened to your...
Oh, well, I assume she's never met a Warforged before due to the way she was looking at me, but I think this was a way to prove me wrong. It's fine, I can just reattach it.
Phoebe messages you in your head, Van. The girl is about to run. Do I stop her?
Van's gonna turn to the girl. It's gonna get cold and dark. Do you wanna come along with us, or just to give you something warmer to wear?
Looks towards Mobius.
Well, I trust them, so I think you should too.
I'd like the both of you to roll persuasion checks.
Oh no! Robbie, carry us.
No, why would you say that?
Because you're a charisma caster. I'm a plebeian.
27! Yeah!
Shit. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Shit, I gotta
Jesus.
put another NPC in this fucking
It's
group.
another one. Fuck's sake. She holding Mobius' hand still. That's been disconnected.
Mhm.
She will kind of grip it, and you see she doesn't really feel the cold, but the mention of food and drink, having been mentioned before by Mobius, has now started to stir this hunger inside of her, and she looks over and just walks beside you, Mobius, and almost using you as like a barrier between the others, as she just shifts her weight to block vision.
Mhm.
How young does she look?
How old does she
Like
look?
Yeah.
Mid-20s.
Okay. Have we seen the night before?
You have.
Yeah, she was with us at the
Yeah,
attack
yeah.
at the Dream Factory, so... we know what
Doesn't
she
look
looks
like her, no.
Can you roll an investigation check?
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was not a no.
Oh,
Oh!
I'm gonna send you a message.
dog!
Oh,
Oh, Lord.
This is a
Uh-oh.
yes or no question!
Uh-oh. This is bad.
oh no.
This
It's
is
her
bad.
fucking evil twin. It's her evil twin. Also coming down but not
I'm thinking it might still be her, which is worse.
cursed
Max, you're
denier.
such
She
a
got cursed.
bitch. Fuck you, man.
This is payback for the fucking insane rolls, I think.
Now I'm thinking he just wrote them. No, it's not.
Well,
No, it's
the
not.
first
Don't
thing
worry.
he wrote was, there's nothing, and then JK blah 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 blah. So I was like, man.
So there is something. Tell us.
Then just looks concerned for this girl, but I'm assuming they don't look the same.
No.
Yeah, okay. He's gonna prepare just like if we have tea or something warm for her, essentially. I don't know, like either tea, or if she seems really hungry, then a meal.
The main question is, are you staying here or are you going into the town?
Okay, can we make just a 10-minute break to discuss this? Okay. He's gonna let Mobius stay with her and pull the others aside for a moment. Okay. Slight problem? Question mark? I don't know if it's exactly a problem. Maybe it's a good thing. So I don't know how much any of you know, but Olean did have a daughter, or does have a daughter. And this one seems very similar, but not like the one we know. So, daughters?
Farahai will speak up. How close of a relation do you think there is? Because this is a hunch, or is it fact?
Well, they have similar features. I've seen the other daughter in person. And no, she doesn't like Olean at all. If anything, we might meet her in our quest to take her down. I heard she's gone rogue, essentially. But I have no idea who this is.
Reuben will speak up. Well, she seems famished, parched, clearly been through a lot. We can't just leave her here. We'll have to bring her with us. And we can't stay out here. We have a mission to still follow.
I know. We'll be heading off. I just wanted to let you all know. She does seem to have knowledge of how Mobius functions as a Warforged. It could come in handy, but she doesn't seem the most communicative for now.
Phoebe will speak up. There are ways around that.
Well, I did hear you in my head just now, but remember that they could intercept some of those things if it's a spell. I'm not sure how you exactly did it.
I work on a different wavelength to spellcasters. Psionics direct, rather than magic. They won't detect anything from mine. I can guarantee it.
Okay.
But how forceful am I being? She may show some resistance.
Oh, wait, I thought you were gonna talk for her sort of thing, not probe into her mind. I don't know if we can trust her yet. As long as you can maybe peer into her mind without her noticing or getting hurt, maybe? Maybe just go to that extent. Surface thoughts.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh my lord. Oh, I'm gonna re-roll that because I don't want this fucking girl hurt. 29.
Surface thought it is. But if I see a hint or a trail that would lead us to Oleana, I will pursue it. That is our goal. No matter who gets hurt in the process.
Okay. I've been pretty lenient so far, but you're not gonna hurt my friends to get your way. Or innocent people.
You think that this animal is a friend?
I think she's someone who needs help. And until proven that she's working against us, there is no reason to hurt her.
Time isn't a luxury we have. We must act, not sit around on our hands.
So we keep traveling. Without fucking up someone's mind. Surface thoughts. End of story. And he's gonna walk back. Hi, Malcolm. He's gonna walk back to the front of the cart and continue.
Before you leave,
Mhm.
you just hear her say, or what?
Stops, turns around. I have no desire to argue with you or threaten you. So don't make me.
She'll leave. And she'll place herself away from where Mobius is and this girl. And she'll just stare off in her direction. Is there anything that you talk to her about, Mobius? You begin to feed her and give her the rations that you have. And you see she scoffs them down fairly quickly, but also pockets them into a small pouch that she has to her side.
Kind of just like, throws like his own cloak over her, bundles her up, and if she's still holding my disjoined hand, tries to like, talk her into like, if you reattach it, I can still keep holding your hand. You don't, I might need it. Just kind of like talk her into giving it back to.
She looks at it, and you see there are parts in the hand that she kind of interlocks and clicks together. And you see almost like these extensions appear out from the hand, like they are jagged claws, but they have a vibration to them. And then you see she clicks another kind of indentation and they retract in. And then she gestures for your stump and will instantly attach it, as if she's done the process many times before.
Do I ask this scary question of how might she know this much? Kind of like still has his palm up in case she does actually just want to pull this fucking head. But also looks at her and you seem very knowledgeable. I know you can't exactly speak, but how do you know so much?
And her hand will go towards your matrix.
Mm-hmm. Like
Like a moth to a flame, her hand just like presses up against it. And she just closes her eyes. And you see a small smile across her face.
Can I just kind of gather her up into a hug? Just,
At
Press
first
her head.
glance, she does kind of flinch. kind of looks down and away. But then engages in the hug as well. Then you spot Phoebe look over to you and nods.
Right, that tells me nothing. He looks back at her with what? As in, I finished probing, or
As in finished.
he gives her a and kind of look.
Presence will enter your mind. Her name is Alma. She does not speak, but she listens. She does not know much, but she has seen much. She has been in the halls of, well, where we're going, or what we're looking for. It was all very reminiscent of what I've seen.
Can I respond back with this ability, or is it?
Okay.
So she's to be trusted, I'm assuming.
I wouldn't go that far. She's a part of it. I couldn't see her for better or for worse.
Would she be living in the woods if it was for the worst?
If she is free and she's been within that space, then that already tells me everything I need to know.
What do you know, then?
That she works alongside this Oleana. And that if I were to probe deeper, I would know everything else that she'd know about the place. The layout, what Oleana does there, why she's there, everything this husk has seen. I would know it all.
And if it turns out you're wrong, and she isn't working with her, but was another prisoner like you?
Then she will be freed of this torment.
Did people refer to you as a husk?
People referred to me as a menace.
When you left her, I mean. Or as an animal.
No response.
She's a person. Even if she is working with her and she's horrible, she's a person.
And her
Don't
life
downplay
outweighs your
how-
friends.
What I'm trying to say is, don't downplay how bad people can be. They're not animals or husks. They're still people, no matter how horrible they are. If you
Well,
probe further, will it hurt her?
It'll most likely kill her.
Absolutely not.
I was wrong about you. I thought you had conviction, that killer instinct. I guess I was wrong.
You don't know me.
This
You
has
don't know
shown
what I
plenty.
did. But we don't kill people to get information that might not even be there.
First time in a while that Phoebe has actually smiled. Then she scoffs. And she'll stand up and head back to the cart. We should probably get going soon.
I thought we were already going.
No,
That's
you
okay.
still sat with her.
Oh, I went to the front of the cart after the conversation with the Phoebe to start heading off.
Okay, well, you haven't left yet because you've still got the girl with you.
I'm just gonna kick her out.
Well, you stopped. You stopped for 10 minutes
Okay.
to give her some food and drink and to see if you could persuade her to go with you. You haven't left with her yet.
Mobius, can I talk to her?
Sure.
You see the girl shakes her head.
Like, I'll still be here. I'm here.
Eyes are trained on Van.
Can I ask you a couple of questions?
You spot a bit of blood dripping down her nose.
I look back to Phoebe.
She's not even there. It's probably a remnants of her probing.
Ben's gonna, sit down so he's on eye level. Listen, how long have you been in that forest?
No response.
Is there a reason why you don't want to talk to me?
No response.
Does she seem to not want to be responding, or is she not doing too well?
Roll an insight check.
21.
There's this almost build-up of anxiety that is probably building up in her. That the presence of more people is disconcerting, but also it looks like she doesn't want to be here at night either. And there's a sense of, I gotta be somewhere. And the only reason she stayed is through the food that Mobius has given her.
Okay. It's dangerous here at night, right? We heard about creatures. Is it making you anxious?
At that, she shakes her head.
are we making you anxious?
She looks towards Mobius,
I won't take offense.
shakes their head.
Len's gonna do, and I prepared the spell just for today. See invisibility
Mm-hmm.
and take a quick look around.
Roll a perception check. There are faint trails of energy in the air that are unsusceptible to the human eye. Not even on a wavelength of magic either. You see there are just trails of energy that just flow within this space and are constricting the use of specific magics. It is not magic, it is not any sort of font of power that you're familiar with. This is just a constriction on this place that you're within, and it takes up like a physical amalgamation. There are also like these pockets in space that are almost reminiscent of stars on a night sky. They just twinkle, and there's one not too far from you. Everything else, clear.
No scrying on us or anything. Okay. Is there something we should be concerned about in the woods? Or around here?
No response.
We're heading to a city. Do you want to come with us or leave?
Adamantly shakes their head.
Are you scared of the city?
Shakes again.
Did she shake her head to the leave? Or to the stay with us?
In which part?
Like, do you want to stay with us or like head to the city with us or leave?
Head to the city, they don't want to go.
Are you scared of what's under the city?
Questioned look.
As in, curious as to how I know, or curious as in, what the fuck are you talking about?
As undefined question.
Do you have family?
At this point, they take a long paused look at Mobius and then stares into the dark. And they grab their things and they begin to leave.
Mobius, can you stop her?
Oh. But does she want to be stopped? That's the question.
I don't know. I don't think she works with Commander is my thing. Damn you, Phoebe, for getting in my head. God damn it. Quite literally.
You would have gotten all your answers with Phoebe.
Yeah, and fucking kill her.
As if you haven't killed people before.
Yeah, but they look like Frederick, so.
And some of them didn't. Oh well.
They were assholes.
Hey, this girl might be an
Um,
asshole too. You don't know.
What would you like to do? She is leaving. She gets up to
Can I
leave.
see where she's going?
You look back behind her and it's just into the darkness. There's no point in space that has any
Wait,
definitive
please.
markings. She'll stop.
Are you working with her?
She'll place a hand on Mobius's shoulder and she'll give you a kiss on the cheek and she'll just leave. You see Phoebe standing a fair ways away. Then you know she could stop her.
Well, chat, what do we do?
Chat, I don't like this. This is a very morally gray area.
Y'all can just leave her be. She'll be
honestly,
fine.
Yeah. It seems like she
Yeah, unless
survived
she
for quite a
reports it to
while.
her mama, and then we're fucked.
I
Fuck,
don't think
anyways.
I don't think she will.
Fair point.
Yeah, I think the thing is right. I don't know. I feel like we should let her go. I don't know.
Yeah, mostly because fuck you, Phoebe. I'm a contrarian to you now.
This is why I
but
didn't see me
also
last
should be.
time.
Ben isn't gonna say anything to Phoebe. He's just gonna let her go.
Maybe she watches. They leave. There's been something that's been watching that none of you picked up on. A physical creature that was just sitting in the trees. You see this weasel bat just hover down to her shoulder and just wrap around her neck and hide within her clothes as she just continues walking off into the darkness beyond.
Is she heading towards this or away from it, or like left, right?
She's walking to the right of the path that you are currently on.
Okay. Shit. I'm sorry, Mobius. I didn't know how to tell you because she was so attached to you, but she might be Oleana's daughter.
I was wondering about the familiarity, but I suppose that makes sense. Or
Do you remember anything about her? She seems to remember you.
not like I try to think really hard.
Roll a history check.
Oh boy.
Not history. Anything but that.
Jesus fucking Christ. Flashback.
There's a moment that doesn't quite make sense for you, Mobius. And you see it. You see from the perspective filled with this orange color, looking out of this tube that you have been encased in, this cylinder in which you sit. There is a young girl's hand that places itself against the side. Younger, but the same person that you've seen today, looking at you. Just with a hint of sadness in her eyes. And she just stares at you. Do you say anything?
I kind of. Can I move at all in this? Like, can I try to move?
There seems to be an element of the restraints that have bound you to this space are free. I love it when that happens, when someone just
Fucking
walks into
family.
a room.
Fucking hate this, and it has to happen when you're talking.
Yeah,
like
I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's always the
yeah,
case.
timing.
In this memory, you do have a bit of freedom to move.
Okay, kind of like tries to put his hands against hers from inside of this turbans.
Mm-hmm.
Smile a bit, and just, it's okay. It's gonna be okay.
As your hand reaches out, there is something a bit different from what you're used to seeing. Your hand isn't made of metal. You see elements of twisted bark and almost vines that have created the contours of your fingers, the edges of your palm, and you press against it. And since that's kind of where Alex can go, we'll end the session there and pick it up next time, because there's several moving factors here, and rather than us go second by second, we can push the story on through the different points and where the teams are. But there we are. That's episode 10. We've pretty much made it now to the borders. We have one team that's currently in the mountains. We have another that's in the town proper. And then we have these guys heading in soon, perhaps. But perhaps things can still change. But
No.
very interesting choices, because a lot of moving parts that could have had like lingering effects. Like if the first team were to have attacked that creature, perhaps more would have come, and then you would have lost the element of surprise altogether. If you were to go through the fence, you may have been caught going through there. Luckily, you had the right team to climb the wall, because if you didn't have Yishi or people who could climb, you would be at a severe disadvantage.
Yep.
Team distraction, that's kind of what they're for, to take all of the eyes. So,
Yeah, we'll chill.
yeah, not
But just
trying to go
like-
against everything.
You guys have the fucking
Christ.
easiest time.
They do to some extent, but next session, you are going to be questioned, Sienna. So
Yeah.
that's going to be interesting to see how that goes.
Oh,
And then we've got Team Charming. That is
Sexy.
Falling
Dealing-
apart.
sex appeal, team sex appeal.
if
think that's the
Already
official
attracted a
name.
child.
fuck's sake,
She's not a child. She's a 20.
Like 20s.
She's maybe
Behave
older
like a
than
child.
me.
a child to
Like,
Frey.
Oh, okay. So when it's another 20-year-old, it's not a child, but when it's Thorn, she's still a child. Okay, thank you.
Hey, no,
Yep.
no, you're barely 20. That is different to me.
If it wasn't
Doesn't-
for the high rolls, you probably wouldn't have even seen her, just hiding there. But
Fair enough.
that's the
That
way
was
it is.
insane.
I'm so hoping she isn't working with Kamandera, because no, baby girl.
I don't think she.
And also, I don't
mean,
want Phoebe to be right. Fuck you, girl.
Yeah.
What is wrong
Yeah,
with
no,
you?
no. Like,
I'm-
I was starting to come around on her. I really was. And that
You're
was
doing what?
Of all the reasons I didn't like her last.
The
Yeah, she's awful, but she's great.
the amount of restraint that I'm like, okay, she's not just gonna pop this girl's head off. She's not gonna do it.
20 years ago, she
Yes.
probably would have.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, also, Van standing on business. Because what the fuck do you mean you're gonna complete your goal? This, like, no matter who gets it. No, that's not the fucking point. It's like,
Yeah, that's
or
not how we
what?
roll.
Bitch, I'll grow 20 times your size and leave you hanging by your underwear on a fucking tree. Get off my ass.
Jesus.
That's one way to deal with it.
Yeah, that's it.
You're
Put her
in
her place.
timeout.
Yeah, she definitely won't be more angry about that. Definitely not.
It also works very nicely to just beat her into the ground. Cassie tried that last campaign.
And it worked. It worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
But then stupid ass fucking motherfucker guy was like, oh no, she deserves to be free.
Oh yes, the Mr. Fucker guy. My
No,
favorite.
she escaped to the prison. She escaped to the prison breakout.
Yeah, and who let her stay out of prison?
Me?
Yes!
Okay.
The girls are
She was
fighting.
healing. She was healing.
I may have lost it a bit. I'm sorry. That was a bit loud.
A tad. Just a bit.
My bad, guys.
Just a bit. But there
I'm
we are.
also curious about the whole fucking 3-person thing. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck is going on in this city, dog? Like, you can have 2 mysteries. No, 40 bajillion weird things.
Yeah.
See, this
Is it too
Like
late?
halfway
just
through
a-
the second of the campaign. Sorry.
This is just approving my hate for wizards. Look what happens when we go into a town made by wizards. Bad things happen.
Wait until you hear what is actually going on. It's fucked.
No.
What do you mean it's What do you mean?
Maybe we just killed him and we like they monologue and like, no, it's okay, you can keep it to yourself and we can kill them, you know? Like,
Stop.
okay.
We can build a nuke.
We don't
Or,
need
like-
to know what's going on. We can kill you.
Oh lordy lord.
You
I also
played-
want to say, half like 2 hours ago or something, I made a little change to the NPC document. I put previously it was just very confidently Mobius Warforged. Question mark. Put question mark. Right
Question
after
mark.
that bit.
Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Can be made
Yeah.
out of wood, right?
Pinocchio.
Someone in-
Yeah, they
I'm a real
can.
boy.
We've met, like in Tuesday, we've met Warforged that are made out of wood. But like, why he's not made out of wood now? So,
Yeah, I mean,
Mama gave me an upgrade, guys.
Great.
Mom,
That's
I
the
want a
word.
newest iPhone. I hate this wooden phone. All the cool kids have
but
it.
also, Max, correct me if I'm wrong, but Denia was an Earth Genasi, right?
That's right. Yeah.
An Earth Genasi can also present wooden. So, just putting
How
that
many
in the room.
children did she have?
This
You-
woman is a whore.
You don't want
Like,
to know
I
the lore.
swear to God. I'm so
Who got
convinced.
crazy, okay? Like,
don't know
who
the
did
lore.
it?
You guys are fucking assuming that a scientist woman did not asexually reproduce herself by like.
That's
You know what?
also an
I
option.
can also see that being an option.
Oh wait, true. Didn't I think
Max
we only
is
ever met Denia's
Um,
No, what's
Or
the
is there some
the,
bloke
the
going
Earth guy?
around
Was he?
Yeah, there's fucking.
looking for the craziest women out there?
To be fair, if there was, it would probably be someone from the Soothsaying Nimbus. So she's in the right town.
Absolutely. it
yeah,
would
oh,
be.
they're
No,
freaky
yeah.
enough to do that, I guess. Yeah.
Maybe that's
Oh,
what
no.
she got from them.
Max is.
That was the deal.
You're so fucking foul. Leonie.
The stream and the stream.
Okay, before I get exposed for more of my creepy lore, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Probably the last one of the year. Bye.
Bye.
Holidays.